Chapter 2, Boy's Life of Despair, Deadly Life. I tried to suppress my screaming, but it was useless. It surged out of me like water from a spring gushing out of the ground. Gyaki, on the other hand.
Very strange.
Unusual, don't you think? He was totally calm, almost like he was watching it all unfold on the front of a TV screen.
I see.
Look, Chihiro's corpse has been suspended somehow. I don't want to look at it. It's almost been written on the wall in blood. It says bloodlust. Bloodlust. Such a brutal way to kill someone. No, this is beyond brutal. Wouldn't you agree? They killed her. How could it not be brutal? They killed her. How could it not be brutal? No, that's not my point. The murder is far too bizarre for any everyday amateur to have committed it. Unlike with Sayaka, this murder was not a crime of passion or necessity.
Interesting.
It's almost as if whoever did this did it for fun. You see what I mean, don't you? What? My head was swimming. I was still reeling, too confused to understand what he was trying to say. And before I could even begin to clear my head...
What the heck?
Hey, I heard screaming. Did something... Chihiro? That's a new one.
A body has been discovered!
Did they do that with Sakura and I just passed
After a
out?
certain amount of time, which you may use however you like, the class trial will begin.
Okay. What the hell was that?
What?
Ah, that's right, you were unconscious during Sayaka, so you don't know about it. What you just heard was the body discovery announcement. Apparently 3 or more people discover a body. The announcement plays to let everyone know. I imagine it's so that the search for the culprit can proceed fairly for everyone involved. Proceed fairly? The body discovery announcement? Then Chihiro really is...
Naturally.
Dead, yes. Before you start screaming your head off, go round everyone up. It seems another game has begun. Another life or death game to uncover a killer. Taka bolted out of the locker room, and everyone made their way to the scene. It felt as if no time had passed at all. It was like my sense of time had just taken wing and flown away. When I finally came back to myself, I saw everyone with the same look of confusion, fear, and anger. We all just stood there, gathered around Chihiro's body.
Damn,
I couldn't keep her safe. Oh, she's mad. So there's another victim. Which means we are now in the same position once again. Fuck, man.
What
What the fuck is this? It's a dream. This is a dream. It's all just a dream. In fact, I haven't even been born yet. I don't have any memory of ever being alive. Shut up. I can't fucking believe it's Chihiro. Like, of all the characters that could have died, Chihiro's like the most innocent looking. Maybe she had secrets like Sayaka. I don't know. But I wanted to be her friend, and now she's dead. I can look at her now. For now, pay attention to the wall. Huh? I said it once already. There's a word written there on the wall. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna talk to everyone else if that's what you want me to do then. Oh, can I not? Fine, look at the wall first. The word bloodlust is written on the wall in blood. So... I don't think it's any kind of dying message. It's just too strange. But you know, that thing about writing bloodlust in blood, doesn't it sound kind of familiar? Yeah, you said that the serial murderer did that. A murderous fiend who kills again and again using a bizarre and brutal method. At the scene of each crime, the word bloodlust is written on the victim's own blood. They're like a ghost, attacking suddenly and then slipping away before the police can catch up to them. And what nickname did the internet give to this mysterious serial killer?
What?
Genocide Jack! Genocide Jack, the murderous fiend whose grisly attacks are famous all across the country. The ultimate murderous fiend, creating a reputation of abnormal, downright cruel killings.
What is this?
Then this is some copycat killer trying to imitate Genocide Jack's style? But why would anyone do that? Perhaps it's the work of the real Genocide Jack.
What?
Real? Wait, are you saying Genocide Jack is here in the school?
No way!
There's no way! But going so far as to write bloodlust at the scene, I'm surprised at their stupidity.
well,
I can't imagine a worse situation than dealing with a stupid murderer. What is it now? Toko! Hina was pointing towards the entrance to the girls' locker rooms. Toko was the last to arrive, and now she was just standing there. Oh, she sees blood. She said she wasn't good with blood. No! Why? 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 Good uncle. She fainted. That did not sound good. Toko! Hina rushed over to the collapsed Toko and started trying to shake her awake. Toko, are you okay? Come on, wake up.
Oh.
Oh, that's right. I just remembered what she said about how she faints anytime she sees blood.
Oh.
So she is xenophobic? I imagine she does not watch too many horror films then. This isn't a
Um...
violation of the rules, right? I mean, technically she passed out somewhere besides her room. No, I think it should be okay. The regulations prohibit sleeping, like, on purpose. Ah, so since she didn't faint on purpose, it doesn't count? Gotcha.
Just a second.
Toko, can you hear me? Hey, you gotta wake up. Wait, if that was the rule, then why did freaking Yasuhiro take me out of the room? I know there was a body in there, but still, he took me to the gym when I fainted. As if she'd heard her, Toko suddenly shot awake. As in, she literally jumped up from where she was laying. It was such a strange reaction, I was at a total loss for words. She leapt straight into the air, changing her stance as she did. In no time flat, she was just standing up. Your tongue sticking out there, honey. Your eyes look a little dead. This is a weird reaction to blood. Ignoring the physical contortions she had to go through, her emotions were totally haphazard. Okay, so she's possessed by a demon. What? Sorry about that. I was just so shocked, you know? It happens, right? Was I the only one? Toko, are you okay? I'm fine. Whoa, is that a dead body? Hey, are you dead? What? She hit her head or something.
What the heck?
Yeah, she must have hit her head real hard when she fainted. The world was a front and a back, a top inning and a bottom, a sea of truth and a web of lies.
Well.
This is quite concerning. I mean, she sounds completely different. No, everything's fine. At least the stutter's all gone. That's a good thing, right? Yeah.
I see!
It's clear to me that everything is not fine. Your eyes seem strangely vacant. It might be best if we take her back to her room for the time being.
So,
I don't mind taking her, but could someone help me? If you need help, I don't mind. Taka, could you help me? But she totally ignored me. Very well. You can take care of the girl, and the rest of us can begin the investigation right away. Can I assume nobody has a problem leaving Sakura and Mondo on guard duty again? But hold on a second. Rushing to an investigation. The mastermind isn't behind that. After what happened last time, surely you realize that.
Don't make me repeat myself.
There's no question that Chihiro was murdered by someone among us. Isn't that right, Monica?
Of course!
Right as rain! But don't take it as a bad thing. It's just a fact of life. Because that's how graduation works. Then it's happened again. Is that what you're saying? That another one of us killed a fellow classmate? What? Does that freak you out? You guys got no balls, you know that? Is there just nothing down there at all? Well, I'll let you pray to mine if you want. Actually, I don't have any either. Sorry.
Stop talking.
Stop monologuing and give us what you came here to give us. You did bring it, right? I sure did, chum.
It's the Monokuma file!
Allow me to present the next Monokuma file. I know how much you really must be looking forward to it.
See ya later!
So please do your very best to very tippy-top best on this investigation.
No way!
So we really gotta do another investigation? And another fucking trial. Examining the corpse of one of our friends. Having to suspect all our other friends.
Why?
I hate this. I can't take it anymore. I hate it too!
Help me!
I've had enough. I'm getting out of here.
Hey!
Where do you plan on going? There's nowhere to run.
Such ignorance.
Just accept it already. After all, blood is just a liquid. A dead body is a simple object. Are you a sociopath, Byakuya? You are very enthusiastic about all this, are you not?
Naturally.
How can I not be? If we don't unmask the culprit, we all die. That's true, but to jump into it so soon...
What?
What, do you want to die?
Such ignorance.
Fine, then go off and die somewhere. Right now. Go ahead. You're a waste of space.
Damn
A
you!
dead body is an object.
Piece of shit!
Chihiro wasn't an object. Show a little respect or I'll beat some into you.
Calm down.
Everyone stop bickering. Listen, there's some truth in what Byakuya said. Kyoko!
Because...
If we don't solve the mystery and find the killer, our own lives are forfeit. And if Byakuya is right that Genocide Jack is somehow the one who killed Chihiro,
That's right.
then unless we do something, more victims could start piling up.
What?
Forget more victims. If we mess this up, we're all dead meat.
Hey! Hey!
Hold on. If that's your worry, then don't gotta worry any longer. In any one killing game, the guilty party may only kill a maximum of 2 people. What? I don't remember any rule like that.
Actually,
I just came up with it. I mean, if one person went around and killed everyone, your lovely student life would be all over, right? The new rule has been added to the regulations menu.
So then...
In that case, why not limit it to one person?
Hey,
Well, in a good mystery, you don't want to miss out on at least the potential of a serial killer angle. Just one would totally murder that possibility.
punishment is waiting for you.
Farewell for now. I'll catch up with you guys at the class trial.
Hmm.
I can't say I understand his thinking, but if we can kill up to 2 people, then one more person's life will still be in danger. Which is definitely not good. We need to uncover the culprit before something else happens.
You son of a bitch!
You need to shut the fuck up!
So,
Well, for now, Taka and me are gonna drop Toko off in her room. Nice, I'm gonna get dropped off.
there is nothing to be done.
We have no time to stand around here. We must begin our investigation toot sweet. If we do not solve the mystery of who killed
Is that
Chihiro,
okay?
then we will quickly follow her into the afterlife. That's true. I hate this, but if I want to survive, me and everyone else, we have to do it. We don't have any other choice. Investigate. First of all, I'd better check the Monokuma file to see exactly what's going on. The victim was Chihiro Fujisaki. The time of death is estimated to be around 2 a.m. The body was discovered in the girls' locker room on the 2nd floor of the school. The case of the death was a blow to the head with a blunt object. She was killed instantly. That's all it says. Well, it's not like there's any point to complaining about it. No matter what, I gotta do what I gotta do. Monokuma file number 2 has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Hey, Makoto, do you have a second? Huh? Do you need something from me?
Naturally.
Of course. Life without purpose is quite dull, don't you know? So what do you need? I'm going to let you cooperate with me during my investigation. Huh?
What?
I'm purchasing your talents, the same talent which allowed you to solve Sayaka's case. Solve? No, I
Stop
just...
talking.
You seem to have some limited use, which is why I've chosen you. You have the honor of contributing to my investigation. So, you're inviting me to come with you? You're doing it in the most arrogant way possible, though.
Let's go.
Now then, shall we get started? But... we need to get moving. There's no time to be standing around. I don't really know what just happened, but it looks like I'll be working with Byakuya on this one. Okay, can I look around now? I want to look at Chihiro, I feel bad. I mean, I don't want to look at her, but still. I can feel the life draining out of my own body. It's a dead body. Chihiro's dead body.
Very strange.
But the more I look, the more strange it all seems. This must be Genocide Jack's handiwork. Well, but
What?
we're still not sure how he did it. Is that what you want to say? I wonder about that. There's a fresh blood stain on the carpet. It must have been slapped with blood during the murder. The poster's got some blood on it. It must have happened during the murder. There's the murder weapon. There's a dumbbell on the floor, and this is a blood stain. There's a blood stain on the dumbbell. The Monokuma file said a blow to the head with its blunt object is what killed her. Does that mean this dumbbell is actually the murder
That's
weapon?
right.
I don't imagine it could have been anything else. Locker room dumbbell has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Hey, Kyoko, what's up? She took her time examining Chihiro's corpse. She poked and prodded, going over every inch of the lifeless body. You're a very strange woman, you know, being able to touch a dead body with absolutely no trouble. Says you. She seems to be concentrating pretty hard. It's like she can't even hear us. I didn't look at the camera yet, so I gotta do that. Surveillance camera. The mastermind must have been watching as Chihiro was killed. They know what's happened and they're still forcing us to go through with this. This is one of the monitors Monokuma appears on. Now's no time to think about it. Dude had a real complex about being weak. You hear Chihiro talk about it, right? All I need to get stronger. Yeah, I do remember she said that more than once. Sure did, which I guess explains the trip down here. But did she really need to get stronger that badly? You already mentioned it, but she was a girl after all. Most girls aren't that strong. Excuse me, Sakura is in the room. I don't know, man. Haven't really thought about that stuff. The cause of Chihiro's complex. I can't help wondering what it might be. Mondo's account has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Okay. Hi, Sakura. I use this locker room all the time. Now it's become the site of Chihiro's death. But why was she killed in the locker room? Actually, if you think about it, she could have been killed somewhere else and then carried here. She was very light, that is true. Oh, she is very light, that is true, but it wouldn't be hard for someone to carry her, but still. I still think she came here on her own by choice. What makes you say that? She'd be talking a lot about how she wanted to get stronger. So you're saying she came here to exercise? But according to the Monokuma file, apparently she was killed around 2 in the morning. Would she really have been exercising that late?
Perhaps.
Hina or myself are usually in the locker room during the day, so she was probably avoiding it then. Avoiding it? Although we invited her to join us more than once, she never showed up. So I can only assume that she was trying to avoid us. And instead, she came to exercise in the middle of the night?
However,
Perhaps, but it's difficult for me to imagine she would have come alone. She did want to start exercising, but she specifically mentioned she couldn't do it by herself. She needed support from others. Oh, I could have helped her. So you're saying she could have come in here in the middle of the night to train in secret, but that she also would have come in with someone else? It's a possibility, I think. Sekura's account has been added to this truth bullet section of your handbook. Now I believe it's time for us to move on. Huh? Already? New clues won't magically appear by standing around here. We need to check every aspect of this case. That's true, but
Let's go.
if you're satisfied, let's hurry up and proceed. He's so pushy. I got caught up with the wrong person this time. So, this is our next location. Huh? This place is related to the investigation? Figure it out yourself. It's no fun if you don't, right? Well, if you already know, then why aren't you playing? A flotation donut. I don't think it's related to what happened to Chihiro. This is one of the monitors Monokuma appears on. Now's no time to think about it. There are a bunch of different pool-related items on the shelf, which have nothing to do with the case. Maybe this gun was used? No, impossible. If that were true, Chihiro would be riddled with holes. A surveillance camera. Even as Chihiro was being murdered, I bet the mastermind was just sitting there watching. They know what's happened, and they're still forcing us to go through with this. If I remember right, this card reader is meant to work on with our handy books, right?
What?
Do you have an issue with it? If so, you should take it up with Monokuma. He said that, then quickly, sharply clapped his hands together.
Did you call for me?
Like a servant. Come here. Like, he's got us trapped here, Byakuya. Has he been domesticated?
That's right.
It seems that Makoto has a question for you.
You need something?
Sure, what's up? Well, it's just about the card reader.
Yep.
Yep, the card readers have all been designed to interface with each of your e-handbooks. You can only enter that locker room corresponding to the gender listed on your individual handbook. And it's impossible for 2 people in a row to go through while the door is unlocked, correct?
Unbelievable.
If there were someone of that some sort of erotic terrorist on the prowl, the ceiling-mounted Gatling gun would initiate a Swiss cheese slaughter. And the school regulations prohibit anyone from lending someone else their handbook, correct?
Of course.
Correctly correct. So then, that means only girls can go in the girls' locker room and only boys can go in the boys' locker room. In other words, Chihiro's body is being found in the girls' locker room means... Hey, Makoto, I can see right through you. See right through me? Allow me to tell you what you're thinking. Since Chihiro was found in the girls' locker room, the killer must have been able to get in
So,
there.
in other words...
As such, the killer must be one of the girls. Did you get it right?
Such ignorance.
Good lord, you're simple. God, I hate you. But am I wrong? You should pay closer attention to the regulations. The answer has been in front of you the entire time. Loaning your e-handbook to another student is strictly prohibited. Only the act of loaning a handbook is prohibited. Borrowing someone else's is perfectly fine. So you can't give it to someone, but you can take someone else's. I would expect nothing less from the prodigal son of the noble Togami family. So you managed to sniff out the loophole in the regulations. Knowing you, I bet you created it on purpose, didn't you? To add a little more excitement to things. You're treating me like a puny little appetizer instead of the main course that I am. Now then, since the dead can't actually talk, there's not people anymore. They're things.
Yep.
Get it? Got it? Good. Wait, hold on. You're saying that's a loophole, but in order to borrow something from someone, then that means they would have to loan it. So,
Why you?
so sleepy. Just listening to you makes me want to pass out. Be more like Byakuya and get your poop together. Or else I'll charge you with criminal negligence. No more questions. Figure out the rest on your own damn self.
That's fine.
Well, I know you are unfortunately lacking in mental faculties, so I'll fill you in myself. Let's head to the main hall. The main hall? That'll help you understand what's going on. I'm so confused, but the card reader's been added to the truth bullet section of my handbook, so that's good. Okay, main hall. We came to the main hall. So, what are we looking for here? Does that mean I have to figure it out for myself? Alright, I'll just click and point. point and click. The hunk of metal blocking the entrance seems like some kind of machine. Not useful. The surveillance camera, and that's what I can only assume is a gun attached, so it's so chilling. This is the same. The surveillance camera, and what I can only assume is a gun. It's so chilling. Mail. Ooh, maybe it's the mail, but I want to check over here first. This is one of the monitors Monokuma appears on. Right now it's just showing the school crest. I don't see any clues around here. Oh, okay. Let's check to see if anyone got any mail. There's a mailbox here. Could it be something inside? It's an e-handbook? No, wait, there's 3 of them, but what are they doing here? So you finally found them. Huh? Did you know these were here, Byakuya? I happened to find them by chance myself the other day. It seems there's a system in place where the handbooks of dead students get delivered to this mailbox. So then, these 3 handbooks belong to Junko, Leon, and Sayaka? You can go ahead and confirm it yourself. I immediately turned on one of the handbooks, and when I did... Oh, of course it was Sayaka's. You're right, this is Sayaka's handbook. Now do you understand? This is the key to the loophole I revealed earlier. Oh, so you can't steal someone else's, but you can borrow a dead person's because dead people are objects, and it's... Okay, I see what Monokuma meant now. Yeah, I feel like I'm starting to get it. You should pay closer attention to the regulations. The answer has been in front of you the entire time. That was like literally 5 minutes ago. Not even. Loaning your handbook to another student is strictly prohibited. Only the act of loaning is prohibited. Borrowing someone else's is perfectly fine. I see. Yeah, now I understand. Main hall handbooks have been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook.
What?
Hold on a second. What's wrong?
Very strange.
That's strange. One of the handbooks won't turn on. Is it broken? Whose is it? The other handbook showed Junko's name when I started it up. Then the one that won't turn on must be Leon's, right?
I see.
It would make sense, yes. After all, he did get pummeled with dozens and dozens of baseballs. Pummeled with baseballs. He was so fucking traumatized. That was honestly very terrifying. The memory of it came flooding back. The cruel punishment which led to Leon's death. The execution that the mastermind concocted. A cruel, heartless death. You're right, it wouldn't be surprising for the handbook to break during that kind of assault.
Damn it!
Hey, hey! Hey, 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 hey! Hey!
Well, what?
That e-handbook is essential to students' life here. Crucial, integral, instrumental, a super big deal. There's no way it could break that easy.
But it did.
That's impossible!
If I say it wouldn't break, it wouldn't frickin' break. It can withstand up to 10 tons of pressure, and it's waterproof up to 100 meters, okay? I don't care how many baseballs you hit it with, it wouldn't do crap. Oh, but, even my amazing handbook does have a single weak point. It does?
I can't hear you!
But it's a secret. I wouldn't want you to go breaking any more handbooks.
What?
Then Leon must have broken it somehow without realizing what his weakness was, right?
Hard to say. You know what I think? I think his handbook isn't actually broken.
What?
But you might ask, how could that be?
Leaving the question hanging in the air, Monokuma disappeared. What just happened? Monokuma says it's not broken, but it's an undeniable fact that it's not turning on.
That's fine.
Well, I don't see any connection to this case, so it doesn't matter for now. You think so? Either way, something about it still bothers me. Broken e-handbook has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Okay then, this should be enough to get things rolling. Let's begin our investigation in earnest and track down the true culprit. Yeah, we need to find out who killed Chihiro. To be exact, not quite. Huh? Not quite? What do you mean? What did you mean by that, Matt Byakuya? Not to be exact, not quite. Certainly I want to reveal Chihiro's killer, but more precisely, I want to discover the true identity of Genocide Jack. And you truly believe Genocide Jack is the one that killed Chihiro?
Don't make me repeat
Absolutely.
myself.
I have no doubt that Genocide Jack is the culprit in this case. That murderous fiend is Genocide Jack, right? There's nobody else it could be. A murderous fiend who kills again and again using a bizarre and brutal method. They're like a ghost, attacking suddenly and then slipping away before the police can catch up to them. And what nickname did the internet give this mysterious serial killer? Genocide Jack. Oh, Genocide Jack. They say he's killed thousands of people, but that's gotta be an urban legend. Still, could one of us really be demented, psychotic killer like that? You're not wrong to wonder. But words mean little right now. I have something that will prove it, and I can show you. Then show me! No, show me! I have a basis to believe that. I assure you Genocide Jack is one of us. Is there really proof? There's somewhere I'd like to take you. This will provide all the evidence you need.
It's all clear now.
Evidence that Genocide Jack is the one that killed Chihiro. Evidence? Does something like that really... Hey, you two! big trouble. I need your help.
I don't have time to
We're
play
busy.
with you.
Leave us alone.
I
But
mean,
it's an emergency. Emergency. Come on, please. You gotta help me. What's up, Owie?
please.
This is a serious emergency. Please, you gotta help me. Just calm down, okay, Hina?
I mean,
But it's an emergency. Emergency. What happened?
well,
Something's wrong with Toko. She's acting super strange. Well, I mean, she was acting pretty strange earlier, right? What should we do, Byakuya?
Very strange.
Since it's Toko, I must admit I'm intrigued. I suppose we could take a second to see what's going on with her. What, you mean since it's Toko? You starting to like her? You like her back? She likes you. Are you sure?
Don't make me repeat
Don't make me-
myself.
Okay. I didn't expect that. I thought for sure you'd just say no, and that'd be the end of it.
yeah.
Okay, come on, hurry. Wait for us, Hina.
Let's go.
It looks like she headed to the dorms, to Toko's room, most likely. You're right. Okay, now we're here. You guys are too slow. I think you're just too fast. So, what's this emergency?
So,
Well, after what happened in the girls' locker room, we left Toko to her room so she could lie down. After a while, we came to check on her, you know, to see how she was doing, but when we did, it was weird. She refused to come out and kept saying all this weird stuff. Weird stuff?
That's fine.
We should try talking to her ourselves. Yeah, good idea. Hurry up and do it. Fine. I may as well give it a shot. The door swung open slowly and silently. Hi. You doing the jitterbug in there? Holy crap. An aura of negativity flowed out from behind the door, forcing a gasp out of me.
Oh, nothing. It's just that Hina was really worried about you holding yourself up in your room.
leave me alone.
Yeah, sure thing. But could you open up just for a second?
Won't allow it.
Huh?
I won't let Genocide Jack have control.
What, are you Genocide Jack? And just like that, she slammed the door in my face. What was that? She's been acting like that the whole time when I rang out a little while ago. To drive out the killer, to drive out the murderous fiend. It doesn't make any sense, right? I was afraid to leave her in there alone, so I tried to bust down her door, but it felt like something was holding it shut on the other side. I couldn't even budge it. Toko was scared enough to even bar her door. Does she think the same thing as Byakuya? Does she think the serial killer Genocide Jack really murdered Chihiro? Is that how you interpreted that? I interpreted that as like, I won't let my murderous, impulses get the better of me. That's why she's, shaking. Because she was pretty weird earlier. Maybe it's a case of multiple personalities. Is that why Toko's so scared?
But
Whatever it is, I'm really worried about her. Isn't there anyone who might be able to persuade her? Huh, I wonder. Why am I freaking crotch level? I don't like it. Hey, Byakuya, do you think you could ask her? To come out of her room, I mean.
That's fine.
Sure, whatever. Huh? You're gonna talk to her, Byakuya? Wow, I guess you can be nice when you want to. Byakuya stood in front of her door, not making a sound, and then pressed the doorbell. After a few moments...
what do you want?
Leave me alone. You're all so annoying. Byakuya!
It's Byakuya.
I'm sorry. I couldn't keep our promise. But don't worry. Never again. I won't let Genocide Jack have control ever again. And with that, the door slammed shut. Yeah, that sounds like she's saying it won't have control of her body. Even Byakuya couldn't pull it off. There's nothing else we can do. Let's get back to the investigation. Hold on. Hey, Byakuya, what was Toko talking about just now? Something about a promise?
What?
Oh, I have no idea. Another one of her delusions, I'm sure. But
Stop talking.
if I say I don't know, that means I don't know. Just let Hina take care of her. Oh, yeah, okay. I'll stay here and keep an eye on her.
Let's go.
Well then, let's go. Without waiting for a reply, Byakuya sped away. Byakuya! And I hurried to catch up. Okay, Aoi, don't get killed. I tried to talk to him several times as we walked, but he didn't even look back, let alone say anything. He just kept on walking towards his destination. Finally, his feet brought him to a stop in front of a certain room. The library? I bet it's the library. It's the library. Come on, let's go in. Okay. Nothing new in here that I'm seeing. What's that? There are no clues there. We need to check elsewhere. Oh, but there was a coin. So now I feel like I need to check everywhere. A surveillance camera. The mastermind must have been watching us. Hero was killed. They know what's happened. They're still forcing us to go through with this. There's no point in checking there. We need to find real clues. This is one of the monitors. I can't think about this right now. Knock it off. What does a desk lamp matter right now? I don't know. Just looking. You're so mean to me. No. If I remember, the other side of this door is the archive, right? Hurry up and go inside. Oh,
Let's
here?
go.
It'll all make sense once you're inside. I didn't mean to click that. I was trying to click the letter. Fuck you, Byakuya. Whoa, there's so many books and files. There's so much dust,
So
too.
in other
I would
words,
say there's enough value in this place to endure the dust. Okay, guess I'm here now. There's even a surveillance camera here. But no monitor? No Monokuma monitor? I don't know what to click. I want to be able to see things first. There's a wooden box. It's empty. Although judging by the smudges of dust, it looks like there was something inside. Something circular? I wonder what it was. There was an extension cord plugged in there, and proved very useful when I was in the library. An extension cord, huh? So, yeah, okay. That makes sense. Huh? There's a desk lamp. Oh yeah, it's the same one I saw Byakuya using in the library before. It's still on the desk in there, though.
what?
Do you have a problem with that lamp? It was here before, then I moved it over there. It's too dark over there, so I thought I'd put it to good use. Okay. I thought that was the lamp that's on the table, but sure. There's a ton of thick files stuffed under the bookshelf. If you're thinking of looking through any of them, let me give you a little warning. Those things are filled with graphic, disturbing photos from all kinds of crime scenes. It's the kind of thing any normal person would never want to look at. Be careful. Huh? What do you mean? All those files are investigation reports related to different cold cases. Those are internal documents for police eyes only. They're not the kind of thing you'd expect to leak. Oh? There's so many files stuffed in the shelf. What's in all these things?
That's enough.
Those documents are dangerous. Dangerous? They detail all the people who control the world from behind the scenes. Dangerous truth for a commoner. You mean, like, members of the Diet or something? No, I mean the ones with real power. The secret council controlling everything from the shadows. If you're ready to be disappeared for it, take a look. There's some very interesting people in there. You're just kidding, right? Am I? I'll just let it go for now. The shelf is stuffed tight with files. Without really thinking about it, I picked one at random. Ah, you have a sharp eye indeed to select that file. Huh?
That's right.
That's the report on a presidential assassination. The original is kept in the National Library. It won't be declassified for another 30 years. Are you sure you want to look at it now? There's no telling whose crosshairs you might wind up in for peeking at it. Without making a sound, I returned the file to the shelf. So, are you finally able to understand the true splendor of this library? The entire reason I was interested in the library is because of this room right here. It's home to
Interesting.
classified government documents, police records, things no ordinary person would ever see. Isn't it magnificent? This can't be for real,
Such
right?
ignorance.
That's your guys' problem. Anything that doesn't fit into your preconceived reality, you label it a lie. Well, it's not that. It's not like I totally refuse to believe it, but, I mean, there's just so much. How could anyone have put all this together? I suppose it goes to show just how much Hope's Peak truly welds. Or perhaps the mastermind may have wanted to provide us with enough entertainment to keep us from getting bored. It's no use. I can't keep up with all this. It's just too unreal. What's wrong? You still can't believe it? What about you? Can you believe it so easily? Things are like that are usually impossible. What do you mean, usually? Usually, normal, ordinary, simple, those things don't exist anywhere in the real world. If you don't understand what they actually represent, you don't understand the nature of anything. You don't pull your punches, do you? Besides, what you consider usual is based on your common sense, right? But what makes you think your own common sense applies to me at all? The documents gathered here are genuine. I have reviewed them multiple times, so there is no doubt. Hold on a second. You're saying you've read all these documents more than once? But all this has to be, like, top secret, confidential stuff, right? So why? My family has a reading room just like this at our home. Ours is bigger, of course, and not as dusty. Huh? Members of the Togami family have access to any variety of government-related documents. That includes foreign powers as well as domestic. How is that possible?
So in other words...
I already told you there's a secret council that controls the world from the shadows. My family is a member of that council. And I have within me the bloodline that will allow me to one day bend the world to my will. But to become such a ruler, I must know all levels of this world backwards and forwards. So whenever I have time, I like to review whatever documents and materials that interest me. Which is why I can proclaim without a doubt that the materials gathered here are the real thing. This is beyond believing or not believing. Byakuya is actually starting to scare me more than the actual mastermind. And what always interested me the most were the cold case police investigation reports. Reading those reports has always been a hobby of mine, ever since I was little. Well, that would explain your coldness to friggin' death. It's excellent mental exercise. I've solved more than a few of those cases just by reviewing the reports. And among those reports, one of my recent favorites is the Genocide Jack case. As he talked, Byakuya grabbed a specific file from the shelf.
That's right.
This is the complete case file. Every single report surrounding Genocide Jack cases have been compiled in here. Because there are so many, allow me to quickly summarize the main points. To begin, there are two notable characteristics in every Genocide Jack murder. The first characteristic is that every crime scene, the word bloodlust is written on the victim's own blood. And the second is when the victims are murdered. Is that when the victims are murdered, their bodies are suspended in a certain way. Bloodlust is written in blood, and the victim's body is suspended. That's exactly the same as what happened to Chihiro. Save your surprise, the best part is yet to come. For the second characteristics where the victims are suspended, the only one who knew about that particular fact were members of the police and other higher-ups. By all accounts, nobody in the media ever found out. In other words, no one on the news, no one online, nobody knew about that aspect of each crime. Only key officials and the killer himself knew about this act of mounting the victim. Now, if you recall Chihiro's corpse, her body was most certainly mounted in this fashion. So how could the killer have known about suspending the victim?
That's right.
That's the key question. But in fact, the answer is quite simple.
So in other words...
The culprit isn't a copycat killer. It's the real Genocide Jack.
In other words...
That right there is the evidence that Genocide Jack has hidden himself among the rest of us. That Genocide Jack really is. Is it Toko? Such a brutish, fiendish killer really walking around among us?
Interesting.
Things really are starting to get interesting, aren't they? I never imagined a killer with such a reputation would ever become a part of our little game. Now, don't you think it would be good for you to take a look at what I've already seen? You might just manage to ferret out a clue or two.
Such ignorance.
If you get down on your knees and beg, I might even show you myself. No. Don't feel like begging. Thanks. So it would be cold cases, right? No? Okay, I guess I'll talk to him. Byakuya, about the Genocide Jack case file. Could you let me see it?
That's fine.
Well, you didn't beg, but I guess it's okay this time. Feel free to look at it in here, but you can't take it with you. Murder cases of Genocide Jack, top secret. Byakuya handed me the file, and I flipped through it with tense, nervous fingers. Suddenly, my hand stopped. I had reached the page where photos from the scene of each crime had been collected. Your names of Genocide Jack's victims ran on for several pages. Victim Ken Harada, office worker 32, police took place in parking lot. The murder took place in the parking lot of the victim's apartment complex. It was suffered multiple stab wounds across his body, believed to have been inflicted with the same scissors that were used to attach the victims to the wall. Later, the scene of the crime scene, bloodlust is written in victim's blood. Scissors used in the murder apparently custom made with something left at each murder scene, seeming to be from the same land. The murder took place in the apartment complex, as with the other cases. At the scene of the crime scene, the word blood is written in. Bloodlust is written in the word blood, the victim's blood. The scissors used in the murders were apparently custom made with every pair left at each murder scene, seeming to be the same material. So there it is right there. There were no knives. She wasn't stabbed. She was strung up. She wasn't stabbed. Ken Harada, 32. Tetsuo Honda, 17. Shoji Kaku, 23. Kano Issei, 14. Takashi Yoshida, 30. Komatsuna Taro, Takafumi Gono, Uchida Naoshisa, Takashi Masamune, Yuto Yumeshima. There was no end to it. But one thing became perfectly clear as I read. All the killer's countless victims were killed and suspended in exactly the same way, with a pair of fucking scissors. Like, I'm literally seeing so many scissors. And at the scene of every murder, the word bloodlust was left of the victim's own blood. Now take a look at the next page and you'll find another interesting tidbit. The next page. Profiling results. All the crimes took place either on weekdays or night, during holidays, or either day or night. The most common time for the killings took place was on holidays in the afternoon. Based on these facts, it would be suggested that the suspect may be a student. Evidence suggests that the suspect lingered at the scene, but when they did leave, they were in a panic. Because an eyewitness has never come forward, it's unlikely there are any external reason for this. This confused behavior suggests the suspect may potentially suffer from dissociative identity disorder. It's definitely Toko.
So, in other words,
The key point here is that the culprit may have been a split personality. Split personality, like the kind of thing you see on TV? So I'm part of another totally unbelievable story. This one is way more unbelievable than anything else up until now. Or maybe it really isn't. I don't know. I feel like my mind has gone numb. Genocide Jack case file has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook.
let's go.
Alright, we should get going soon. Huh? Where are we going? Anywhere but here. We finished our business here, haven't we? Wait, Byakuya. As usual, Byakuya turned and left without another word, and I hurried out of the library to catch up. Well, this is where we part ways. I have some things I need to take care of before the class trial. Huh? Just like that all the time?
I don't have time to play with
Come
you.
on, enough of your annoying misapprehensions. Did you really think we'd be together the whole time? Take responsibility for yourself and do something useful. Move the investigation forward on your
Goodbye.
own. Well, goodbye. And just like that, he was gone. Just as quickly as he'd asked me to join him, he cut me off. In the end, I felt like I was just some plaything getting tossed around. At the same time, I'd uncovered some really important clues thanks to him. Genocide Jack, he's the one that killed Chihiro. And that murderous fiend is one of us. But who is it? I have to find out, no matter what it takes. And to do that, there's somewhere I have to go investigate one more time. I have to go back to the crime scene, the girls' locker room. I should check out the boys' locker room, too. And the others might have come up with some info I might find useful while I'm at it. I need to find out everything I can. Well, let's do it then. Let's go. This way. Yeah, the locker room. Oh, hey, Hifumi.
Ding, ding, ding. Hifumi has discovered evidence revealing the identity of the
I
culprit.
feel as if
My other stat increase for me. Evidence? What did you find?
I cannot reveal that just yet, but I guarantee what I found will steal the killer's breath from his lungs. Are you sure about that? Oh yeah, Miss Ludenberg said she'd witnessed something worthwhile too. Really? What did she see? She refused to tell me. It's like when a girl bullies the boy she likes, right?
Right? Okay, so where's Celeste now?
The warehouse by the dorm. She was there, but at the same time, not there.
What's it gonna be? Alright, should I go there first then? Where's the warehouse? Oh, there's something in the boys' room. Alright, whatever. I'll go to the boys' room real quick, or the girls' room real quick, and then back to the boys' room, and then I'll go see Celeste. What's new in here? Hi, Kyoko. Hey, Kyoko, have you made any progress in your investigation? Generally speaking.
However,
But I have to get going. I have something unrelated to take care of. Something besides the investigation? What is it?
well,
Nothing you need to worry about. Just concentrate on the murder. But
so then,
before I go, let me give you one piece of advice. You should examine Chihiro's body one more time thoroughly. Also, her handbook is missing. You might want to determine its whereabouts.
goodbye.
That's it. I'll be praying for your success. And with that, Kyoko turned out and left the girls' locker room. I guess we'll take another look at the body then. And Chihiro's handbook is missing? That's definitely worth worrying about. Chihiro's e-handbook has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Okay. Alright, I guess I'll look at the body. Kyoko said I should examine the body one more time. I know she said thoroughly, but I do have my limits. Well, I better give it a shot anyway. C. Chihiro's hands are bound with what looks like some kind of rope. A rope was used to prop her up in some kind of crucifix position. Huh? The rope has a plug? Wait, so then this isn't a rope at all. But the more I think about it, the more that's not the only thing that concerns me. Chihiro's fatal injury was a blow to the head, which means someone struck her in the head in order to kill her. That's right, there's an issue with her being suspended in that fatal blow. It doesn't match the thing. At first, I didn't see any reason to think too much about either of them. But yeah, see, it says there with the scissors. There's like so many scissors. Seeing them again after thoroughly looking at the Genocide Jack file, something's not quite right. What does this all mean? The status of the dead body has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Well, the only thing most likely to tie all these mysteries together is the true nature of the rope that was used to suspend Chihiro. And to figure that out, there's a certain place I need to revisit again. Plus, it might help look at the Genocide Jack case files again. Alright, so I've got a lot I gotta do. Shit. Alright. This door leads to the pool. Oh, I don't want to go there. Still more I need to check. Still more I need to check. What have I not done? Oh, I haven't spoken to Sakura yet.
damn.
Chihiro's presence here must especially weak her body and her soul.
Forgiveness!
To target such a helpless being, it's unforgivable. What a wretched beast to do such a thing. I cannot forgive this.
The poster? It's the bloodstained poster. The blood is the most noteworthy part, but the big-breasted swimsuit model is pretty noticeable, too. The girls' locker room doesn't seem like the kind of place you'd find something like this. Can I leave now? Yeah, I can. Alright. Hi, Hifumi. Just gonna come through here, pardon me. Alright. Yeah, okay. So there's a poster here, and then there's another stain. What? Huh? This poster. It's a popular boy band called Tornado. It somehow doesn't quite seem to fit the boys' locker room. Oh, but wait, that reminds me, the poster in the other room is... That's right, there's definitely something strange about this. In the boys' locker room, there's a poster of a popular boy band. In the girls' locker room, there's a poster of a big-breasted swimsuit model. Could the posters have been switched? But if they were, why? What reason would anyone have? Maybe I should talk to someone who knows a little more about the locker room. 2 locker room posters have been added to the Truth Bullet section of my handbook. Alright, so I want to talk to Sakura, but first I want to check out this, because this was not here. There's a strange stain on the carpet. What is it? Boys' locker room carpet has been added to your handybook. Yes, yes, yes. Alright. Is that it? Alright, gonna go. In the pool section. I don't think I've been in here yet. What can I see? Oh, just that? Alright. Maybe there's some kind of clue in the lockers? Guess not. Oh, just a coin. Okay. Guess there wasn't anything in the pool. Okay. Go back in the girls' locker room and talk to Sakura, because she would know about them. She said she and Aoi are in there a lot. You spend a lot of time exercising in the girls' locker room, right, Sakura?
Of course.
I've used it nearly every day since it opened up. Sometimes Hina and I use it together.
Okay, then let me ask you something. Do you think the posters in the boys' and the girls' rooms could have been switched?
I'm sorry.
Sorry, I can't really say. I never did pay any attention to the posters.
I see.
However,
But there is something that's been bothering me about the locker room. You see, I like to drink a little protein coffee every time I finish exercising.
We have protein coffee?
In the warehouse, it's not the highest quality, but I don't have a lot of other options. I mix protein powder with coffee and down a glass of it after exercising. Anyway, the other day I spilled some on the carpet in the girls' locker room and it left a stain.
So everything in the girls' locker room was switched to what's in the boys' locker room? A stain? But it doesn't see any stain on the carpet right now.
Exactly, I noticed it earlier. The stain has disappeared. I can only assume someone came along and cleaned it up. But still, it isn't unusually clean, as if there was never a stain here to begin with.
A disappearing stain has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. Okay, so why? That means Chihiro was killed in the boys' room, but how did she get in there? What was she doing in there? Did she steal did she borrow Leon's handbook and get it broken or something? I'm not entirely sure. Alright, now I'm gonna go to the warehouse and find Celeste. Actually check it out, make sure there's no exclamation points around here. Oh, Taka's here. So he does there. Actually, Taka like, Is he down this hall? No? Okay. What's up, hero? You're the only hero left. It's gotta suck, man.
Huh?
Oh, hey,
Makoto.
Makoto, what's up? I haven't been up to anything myself, it's for sure. Definitely haven't looked inside the mailbox. There's a mailbox here and inside are Junko, Leon, and Sayaka's handbooks. It looks like the handbooks of any dead students are brought here to the mailbox somehow. The rule says loaning your handbook to another student is prohibited, only lending it against the rules. In other words, there's no problem with borrowing one. Also, it looks like Leon's handbook refuses to turn on, but according to Monokuma, it shouldn't have been broken. Is this really unrelated to the case? Either way, something about it still bothers me. Well, if it's there, it wouldn't be unrelated, right? Oh, hi, Taka. He's really growing on me. Oh, jeez. He's also growing. I feel so small. Maybe we should have confessed our embarrassing secrets after all. Damn it, I'm sorry, Chihiro. It's all because I wasn't strong enough. Oh, honey. Don't blame yourself. Is there anything in the AV room? No? Alright. I'm gonna go straight to the dormitories and to the warehouse, which I think is the one that's near the dining hall. this area here. Celeste? Hi! Celeste, what are you doing here? This warehouse is amazing. It has absolutely everything one might need to live a full life. From food to clothes to towels, there's an endless supply to choose from. I see that, but have you found anything related to the case?
Most
I
unfortunate.
knew you were going to ask me that. I thought talking about the warehouse itself might misdirect you, but I see it was pointless. Then you did find something. Very well, I will tell you, and only you.
Actually,
Last night I saw her here. Chihiro was in the warehouse. What? Really?
indeed.
This was right before nighttime.
Hmm? What are you doing out this late?
Oh, I was just...
Are you planning to go exercise, perhaps?
What? How did you know?
Because I can see a blue track jacket sticking out of that duffel bag you're carrying.
Oh, you're right. Thanks. Well, I'd better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry.
She stuffed the jacket into her bag in a hurry. It was almost like she was trying to hide it. And just like that, she was gone.
Yes,
I
indeed.
assumed she was merely stocking up on to go exercise in the morning, but it would appear she ignored the nighttime rule and headed directly to the girls' locker room. If she hadn't broken our rule, none of this would ever have happened. You get what you deserve, I suppose. So apparently, she went to the girls' locker room late at night in order to exercise without anyone knowing. The strange thing is, there was no trace of the track jacket or duffel bag Celeste said she saw Chihiro carrying, which would mean the killer would have gotten rid of it somehow. Celeste's account has been added to the truth bullet section of her handbook. Now I gotta go check the incinerator. Let's see if Toko's doing okay. This is Toko's room. I should probably just leave her alone for now. Okay, never mind. The gate's still down. Alright. Fine. Where did I want to go next? I wanted to go to, the library to see about that freaking power cord. Should have probably went there before coming here. Whatever. I'm not the greatest at time management, okay? But I'm doing my best and that's all that matters. Leave me alone. This way, thank you. Whoa, you slide if you hit a wall, apparently. In the library. Alright, wasn't there a cord plugged in here? That's not what I clicked. The shelf is packed tight with books. We're looking at it, maybe there's some kind of clue here. Guess not. I was looking at this. Right, no. I still want to check. Yeah, I know there is. I guess I can't check that anymore. I thought that there was a cord plugged in, though. The shelf is tight back. Looking at it, there's some kind of clue. Guess not. There's a thick layer of dust on top of the desk. Maybe there's some kind of clue here. Guess not. The shelf is packed tight with books, but looking at it, maybe there's some kind of clue here. Guess not. I'm trying to look at the fucking... I guess it's just the lamp. Huh? The lamp won't turn on. Oh, I see. It's not plugged in. The lamp's cord isn't long enough to reach the outlet from here, but last time I saw it was definitely on, and it definitely was right here. See? I told you. There was the out cord. Oh, that's right. Byakuya was using the extension cord. Did Byakuya do it? But there's no extension cord here now. I wonder if... Library desk lamp has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. And I never actually read this. According to this letter, Hope Speak Academy had stopped functioning as a school, and what's more, it didn't even happen recently. It happened to close. They closed down a year ago. The mastermind probably took over the abandoned school in order to start the killing game, which explains why there wasn't any students here, because it's not a real school. And then there's these serious issues that forced the school to close down in the first place. Is there any connection between that and what's happening to us now? The mastermind's motive. If we can figure out why, then they would want to imprison us all here. Will that be enough for us to get out of here, or so on and so forth? All right. What I wanted in here was this box that had the extension cord in it. Not the bookshelf. The wooden box is empty. The extension cord was in here before. Okay, that's it. There's nothing else. I want to take another look at Jim Sudjack's case file. I know it was around here somewhere. Huh? It's gone. Did someone take it out of the archive? But the only one who would do something like that. I can't think of anyone but Byakuya. Now I gotta go find Byakuya again. But where would he have gone? I don't know where he ran off to. I mean, he's gotta be somewhere in the school. Let's use my map to cheat. Yep. Nope. Oh, what's in the dining area? Alright, over there. Hi, Owie. Or Hina. Oh, Hina, how's Toko doing? Same as before, she won't come out and she just keeps on mumbling something about Genocide Jack. So I just left her there. You left her? My head was all swimmy and I was getting pretty hungry.
Yeah.
Oh, but don't worry, I'm gonna head back as soon as I'm done eating. Toko's not exactly pleasant, but I'm still worried about her. Speaking of which, what do you eat? A donut, of course. Of course. There's two things I'm sure God created, outer space and donuts. Really? I bet Chihiro would have liked to eat more donuts. Maybe it was one of her big regrets. I should have tried to spend more time with her. Come to think of it, who did she spend time with?
Well,
Yeah, she was a little bit strange. Didn't really hang out with the other girls much. It was like she was trying to keep her distance from us. Actually, Sakura said something similar. She said that even though you and her invited Chihiro to exercise with you, she always refused.
yeah, totally.
Yeah, it's true. And it wasn't just us, either. It's like she stayed away from all the girls. Was she just shy? I don't know. She talked to the boys all the time. Isn't it kind of weird to be shy around your own sex, but totally fine with the opposite sex? Oh, wait, maybe she was used to guys spoiling her. The law says you can't judge a book by its cover, right? You think so? I never really saw her as that kind of girl. She was really nervous, though. Awie's account has been added to tooth bullets. But there was something in the other room.
I'm getting tired of waiting. Shall we just plunge right in?
I guess so.
We've all been waiting for the class trial. You remember
Great.
where to meet, right?
Yeah.
Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school.
Yes, sir.
See you soon.
I hate you. Ugh. In the task trial, or it's about to begin. The red door is right through here. Okay. Did I get everything? I feel like there was more I wanted to... No, I guess I didn't find Byakuya. I guess maybe this will figure out what happened in the class trial, though. Ahem. So, everyone is ready to... What? Am I blind or are we missing someone?
Yo.
Yo, Toko's not here. And Toko is... You really don't remember?
Come on!
Kidding, I'm just kidding. How could I forget that little nut job? She's a crucial part of the class trial this time.
What are you gonna do?
Okie dokie, I'll go ahead and drag her out here, kicking and screaming. Just 1 moment, please. If she's crucial, does that mean she's the killer? And just like he said a few moments later, he reappeared, dragging Toko behind him. I told him I didn't want to, but he forced me. I can't believe you would drag a girl around. Terrible! You're terrible! So now everyone's here, right? Okay then, hustle onto the elevator and let's get the show on the road. I'll see you guys down there.
Let's go.
So, shall we get going? It's time to find out who killed Chihiro. Chihiro Fujisaki. She was so gentle, so calm and meek. Nobody had any problems with her. Someone made the choice to kill a girl like that. And that murderer is one of us. Someone standing right here. Let's go around the room. You ready? We doing this?
Well then.
I will uncover the villain who performs such a heinous act on a weaker individual.
I don't know why the killer did what they did, but I'm sure it'll work itself out. Justice always prevails, right, bro?
Hey, come
Fucking
on.
Toko, man. What's got her so worked up?
Shall we go?
Shall we begin? Hi, Toko. You scared? There is something odd about Toko's behavior. I do not think the mere shock is enough to explain it. I guess there wasn't much help at all on this one. I gave you plenty to work with. Show us how far your logic can take you. Fine. And then let me just check the screen on the computer for, coin's sake. Can't think about the monitor right now. I need to concentrate on what's about to happen. No! Fuck off. Surveillance camera, and on the other side of it, the mastermind bastard. Let's do it. We have no choice, right? We have to do it. This, yes. I gave a small nod in reply. With one last deep breath, I walked towards the elevator on shaky legs. With each step forward, I could feel my heart starting to race faster and faster. As soon as everyone was on, the elevator began to descend. I couldn't get a handle on my emotions, couldn't stop speculating. The steel box sank with heavy, clunking sounds deeper and deeper into the ground. And as we went deeper, the uneasiness in my heart grew bigger and bigger. The elevator was unaffected, however, and continued to descend without hesitation. Until finally, it came to a sudden stop.
What do you think? I redecorated. Isn't it fresh? Isn't it exciting?
Don't waste our time with stupid questions. Let's get this over with.
Very
Good, good. You're raring to go. Gotta say, I don't hate it. Not at all.
well.
Okay then, let's get this show on the road.
Thrills,
Everyone,
chills,
please find your
thrills.
assigned seats.
And so, the curtain opened once again. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly fate, a deadly
Class trial.
Sure, why not? Alright. Alright. The victim was Chihiro Fujisaki. The time of death is estimated to be around 2 a.m. The body discovered in the girls' locker room on the second floor of the school. The cause of death was a blow to the head with a blunt object. She was killed instantly. Although Chihiro wanted to get stronger, she declined several invitations from Sakura and Aoi and may have used the locker room late at night to avoid them. Despite this, Chihiro had stated that she desired help with their efforts. She may have been meeting someone in the locker room at night when she was murdered. The dumbbell found on the floor in the girls' locker room had a significant amount of blood on it. Chihiro had told everyone willing to listen that she wanted to get stronger. Some assumed that due to her inferiority complex about being weak, she admired strength more than anything else. To unlock a locker room, you need to swipe your e-handbook to the card reader. You need a male student's handbook for the boys' locker room and a female student's for the girls. It's not possible for two people to enter at the same time. Additionally, lending someone your handbook is a violation of school regulations. The handbook of each student that has died is placed in the mailbox in the main hall. One of the handbooks found in the main hall has been broken, which is apparently a rare occurrence. Junko and Sayaka's handbooks both seem to still work, so it was assumed that the broken handbook is Leon's. However, Monokuma claims it's very unlikely that Leon's handbook would have broken. Suspected genocide victims include Ken Harada, Tetsuhiro Honda, and Shoji Gaku, among countless others. They were killed in the same way and mounted to a nearby wall. The word bloodlust was found at the scene of each crime, written in blood. Profiling indicates the killer is likely a student suffering from split personality. Chihiro seems to have consciously kept her distance from the other girls at the school, even from the beginning. Meanwhile, it had been noticed that she got along remarkably well with her male classmates. The carpet in the boys' locker room was found with a blackish stain on it. Blood was found on the poster in the girls' locker room. The poster featured a big-breasted supermodel among young boys. Meanwhile, the poster in the boys' locker room was for a boy band popular with teenage girls. Chihiro's handbook was not found on her corpse and was apparently gone missing. Chihiro's body has been suspended and her hands have been bound with some kind of rope. Her fatal injury was a blow to the head. Sakura mentioned that she was responsible for a coffee stain on the girls' locker room floor. However, the stain has since been inexplicably scuffed away. Byakuya has known to use this lamp often. However, the extension cord had gone missing at some point and the lamp's cord couldn't quite reach the outlet. On the night of the murder, but right before nighttime, Chihiro was spotted leaving the warehouse. It seems she was stuffing some blue exercise clothes into a duffel bag. Presumably, she was on her way to exercise, but the clothes were not found at the crime scene. Celeste had not told anyone other than Makoto about this encounter. The victim was Chihiro Fujisaki. The time of death is estimated... Oh, okay, cool. Alright. I don't think presents are relevant right now, actually. Alright. Reset skills. Alright. Increase the time limit for each phase, effective during the class trial, cost 3 SP. What? Oh, I see, I have 13. Steadies your aim a little, effective during the non-stop debate and Hangman's Gambit. I need that. Increases the damage to the component. Or is that just automatic, or? Oh no. Oh, I would like that. Vocabulary. Alright, I think this is good. This is good. Alright, finish preparations. Let's do it. Trial. Class trial. All rise.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial.
So, your votes will determine the results.
I remember.
If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment.
I love the
But
voice he uses for
if
this.
you pick the wrong one,
If you pick the wrong
then
one.
I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Okay, then. So, first off, let's talk about the murder weapon!
First, we have to make clear what was used to deliver the fatal blow. Alright, make your argument. Locker room dumbbell.
Chihiro's fatal injury. It appears it was a head wound.
It was.
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument. But
what?
kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
No? Shit. Do you think some proof that that contradicts what I said? I need to think about that one more time. There must have been a contradiction in the statement somewhere.
Chihiro's fatal injury.
It appears it.
According to the Monokuma file, what kind of blunt instrument could it have? I bet it was an iron pipe.
There we go. No!
Interesting. That certainly would make for a power.
Poor Chihiro.
Yeah, okay.
Chihiro's,
I
it
just
appears
missed it.
According to the Monokuma file, what kind of blunt? I bet it was an iron pipe.
Thank you.
No, that's wrong.
Break.
Can we agree that the object that dealt the fatal blow was the dumbbell, found at the scene of the crime? It was covered in blood, and there was nothing else at the scene that could have caused that kind of injury.
And the wound on the victim's head is consistent with the shape of the dumbbell. As far as I'm concerned, there's no mistake and no room for doubt on this one.
Really, I don't even know why it was up for discussion.
Looked at her head wound?
Yeah, it probably freaking dented her skull, to be completely honest.
That's so creepy!
Says the guy that looks like the poster boy for Super Monkey Ball human, like, hybrid.
If you don't mind, I will proceed from here. Let's move on to discussion of the culprit.
Fine.
Although, I believe the criminal behind this heinous act is already quite clear.
You think it's Toko because of Genocide Jack, and I think so too.
Chihiro's killer is the fiendish serial killer, Genocide Jack.
But it can't be that easy. Genocide Jack, the fiendish serial killer. Did he really kill Chihiro? A new element has been added to non-stop debate. If you like to hear. Why not? For this debate, a white noise will appear to disrupt your reactions. Your tooth bullets will disappear if they hit these lines, so think of them as obstacles in your debate. But there's a way to keep this white noise from getting in your way. Press the X button to attach a silencer, which you can use to shoot down the white noise. However, if you shoot the actual remark with your silencer instead of the white noise, the time limit will decrease, so take careful to aim when you have your silencer out. Oh, but if your reaction difficulty is set to gentle, white noise won't appear at all. In which case, you can forget about the silencer and just focus on the situation in front of you. Well then, good luck and have fun. Alright, give me the silence. Genocide Jack case file.
The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure of it.
Oops, I pressed triangle. Yeah, no, that was my bad.
The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure of it. Case closed, as far as I'm concerned.
But that's impossible!
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on! There's just no proof for it.
Hey, so,
Fuck.
speaking of Genocide Jack, I don't know who that is!
I know.
The culprit is
Genocide. Case closed.
No!
As far as I'm concerned.
But that's impossible!
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on! There's just no proof for it.
No, it's wrong!
Break!
I might know one reason he could be involved.
What?
I found this file while I was looking around the archive in the library.
Byakuya showed it to me, I'm gonna be
I
honest.
guess it's some kind of confidential file the police put together about the Genocide Jack case.
What? That's kind of weird as shit, isn't it? What was something like that doing in the library?
The why of it is probably more trouble than it's worth. So let's forget about that for now. More importantly, It outlines all the specifics of every Genocide Jack case in exceeding detail. According to the file, there appear to be 2 defining characteristics in every Genocide Jack case. The first is that a bloody message is found written at the scene of every murder.
Oh, that's right. Boob lust.
Boob lust? Did you just say, I can read it, you did, boob lust. Hifumi.
No. It's actually bloodlust.
Thank you, Hina.
But more important is the other characteristic, and it's something that has never been made public.
Never made public? What the hell is it?
Why don't you tell them, Makoto?
Why don't I? Byakuya? The other characteristic of every Genocide Jack case file in which the world at large doesn't know. If I'm not mistaken, it has to do with the positioning of the body.
I got it!
Yeah, it has to do with the position of the body. It's how the body was positioned.
In every Genocide Jack case, the killer suspends the body in a certain way. Other than the killer, the only people who know about this are the higher-ups in the police department.
And like anyone who may have discovered a body, not gonna lie, that's a possibility.
However, Chihiro was most definitely suspended in the same way.
Actually, she was most definitely not. She was tied up instead of being stabbed up like a frog in a science lab.
So, how did the culprit know about this when only high-level police officials were aware of it?
Maybe they read the book in the archive. I don't know.
There's only one logical answer I can think of.
Well, then you didn't think that you found it in the fucking archive, and, like, anyone else that's here could have, but I guess you would have seen them reading. Still, you're making me think it's you, Byakuya.
It's because the culprit in this case is the real Genocide Jack.
But in that, okay, I actually do think that Toko is Genocide Jack, but for some reason it doesn't, maybe.
No fucking way!
I don't know. She seems surprised to see the body. I'm assuming that when she fainted from the blood and woke up, that's when Genocide Jack came out. Because it was all like, hey, a body, are you dead? It's like, you wouldn't react that way if you were the one that killed the body, right? I don't know. I'm kind of spitballing here.
You're saying Genocide Jack is one of us?
Yes. In fact, it's Toko.
I knew it was, but why are you trying to sentence Toko to death?
What?
Genocide Jack's true identity is Toko Fukawa.
Well, I was right about that.
You're right!
What, you got a problem with that, Hifumi? I thought it was Celeste you were obsessed with.
What? Hey, okay, wait, hold on a sec. Toko has, like, bloodophobia or whatever, remember? What kind of serial killer is afraid of blood?
Her other personality. It's DID, honey. Do your research.
Is Toko Genocide Jack? The answer is yes and no.
Another riddle? Man, why is this gotta be so complicated?
It's a riddle for sure, but I feel like I understand it. What it means for Genocide Jack to be Toko, but also to not be Toko. The answer is that she's just not one person, but multiple people, right? Alright, we're gonna use our truth bullet. Hangman's Gambit. Fuck. Okay, gotta do it in order. I don't know what it's trying to spell. I don't know! Hi? For fuck's sake. Come on. Give me something. Thank you. What? I don't understand what it's trying to spell. H-I. Wait. Chihiro? Is it supposed to spell Chihiro? I'm so confused. Yeah, I know I failed. Let me do that again. Nobody believes me, no one should hear what I have to say. Now that the class trial is officially adjourned, it's time to reveal who the Black End is. You would appear to be the one with the most votes. It's Makoto. The killer gets to graduate. On the other hand, everyone must now be punished. Is this really it for us? Is it all over? What do you say? Want to give another shot? Yeah.
I refuse to give up yet.
God damn it, I fucked myself over. I think it was spelling hero. But that doesn't... She's not one person, but multiple people, right? Okay. H-I. I don't understand. No? No! I don't understand! S. I don't know what it's trying to spell. Sir. What? I have 6 minutes, come on. And 3 letters left. I don't understand. I don't know. So, what word are you trying to spell? Yeah, okay. I have no idea what word you're trying to spell. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a shot. I genuinely don't know what word it's trying to spell, though. I don't know any words that start with S and then have H, 2 letters after, and then I. Like, I don't understand, but I know at least I know it starts with S now, so I have more of a chance. Fuck me. I clicked S, though. S. A. No. It's gotta be a... Ugh, I can't remember the names of them. It's gotta be like A, E, I, O, U, or sometimes... Not Y. A, E, I, O, or U, right? No. A. Ah! That looks like gibberish to me. What word are you trying to spell that has to do with fucking multiple personalities? What? What word is this? Help me. Is this the word I'm supposed to know? Like, am I gonna feel stupid after this? Because I really don't know any words that have these letters in that order. Like, really? Help is not helping. I don't know. I have no idea. Sofa. Suhin. Shy? No. If I knew the word, this would be 10 times easier. It's not B, there's no way. Give me something I can use. There's a lot of fucking C's. I don't understand what you want from me, game. I cannot spell whatever this is supposed to be. Give me a clue. And we failed again. This is fun.
I refuse to give up yet!
Yeah, kinda have to refuse if I want to continue. It being... Okay, well the first one's an S. Got it. Alright. And here I am again. Oh. Okay. SCHI. Shit. No. Shiz. What the fuck word is this? Shiz what? Shizo? What is Shizo? I don't know that word.
Is it because Genocide Jack has a split personality?
What does that have to do with the word Shizo?
Huh?
I think I read that somewhere in the file too.
What are you talking about?
They thought that the suspect might have, what did they call it? Dissociative identity disorder.
None of that has to do with the word Shizo.
Oh, okay. But still, to go and say that about Miss Fukawa is...
Perfectly acceptable. Toko's strange behavior after seeing the body is proof enough that she has a split personality.
The one thing that shows Toko could have been a split personality has to do with her behavior.
I got it! You're talking about how she started acting totally different than usual, right?
That's right. Think back. She fainted when she saw Chihiro's corpse, and then, when she woke up...
I'm fine! I'm fine! Yeah! Whoa, is that a dead body? Hey, are you dead? Yeah! She must have hit her head real hard and fainted. The world has a front and a back, a top ending and a bottom, a sea of truth and a web of lies. This is quite concerning. I mean, she sounds completely different.
She was acting funny, that's for sure. That melancholy tone of hers completely disappeared.
Don't go assigning adjectives to my tone without permission.
Baka?
Not to mention, once she regained consciousness and saw Chihiro's body again, she was utterly calm. In other words, within her is one personality that can't handle blood, and one that obviously can.
So when Toko trapped herself in her room, it's because she was scared of Genocide Jack?
I won't let Genocide Jack have control. I'll drive out the killer, drive out the murderous fiend.
The reason she locked herself in her room wasn't to keep other people from getting in. It was to keep her other personality from getting out.
What?
Toko was afraid. Afraid of the murderous fiend inside of her. Of killing even more people.
How?
Yeah. How can you know all this?
I do believe you misunderstood her. What she's trying to say isn't, how can you know all this? No. What she wants to know is, how could you tell them?
Oh, is that the promise they made?
Last night, just before Monokuma gave his motive speech, Toko and I had a strange conversation.
You're such a backstabber.
She told me a most interesting story. She said a murderous fiend lived within her, and she was afraid it could appear and attack at any time. And that trepidation is what's caused her to have such a bleak attitude. Isn't that right, Toko?
This is all a lie. Right, Toko?
You said you wouldn't tell anyone.
Yeah, don't trust him, honey.
What?
You promised. I can't believe you lied.
Oh.
You have only yourself to blame. You came to me with your tragic little story. I didn't ask you to.
I didn't ask you to. You're such an asshole.
This is the real world. not some romantic fantasy fairy tale.
Ugh, even as the real world, you are too harsh, man.
Besides, you broke your promise first. You said that as long as you were here, no matter what, you wouldn't let Genocide Jack kill anyone.
Oh, that's the promise she said she broke.
But in spite of that promise,
I'm sorry, I couldn't keep our promise. But don't worry, never again. I won't let Genocide Jack have control ever again. See, I don't know why,
You said if I kept my promise, you would go out with me.
Did you?
That's the only reason I promised.
That's a stupid reason.
how many times do I have to tell you? I never said that, but you weren't able to do it. You just couldn't resist that rush you got from killing, could you?
I tried. I swear I tried to control it, but...
But your efforts were useless. What a disappointment.
I hate you.
Well, the opening act is nearly finished. All that's left is to hear from the person in question directly.
This feels too easy. I didn't think it was her.
You don't mean...
Oh, I'll bring out the other personality. Toko's body suddenly lunged backwards. A huge thud echoed across the courtroom, but in the next second... Uh-oh. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Hello there! Is it me you were hoping to see?
Look at her tongue. That is concerningly long.
What the heck?
Poor Hifumi's like right beside her. He's like, Makoto, switch seats with me.
So you figured it out, huh? Well, whatever. What are you gonna do? I'm the ultimate murderous fiend, Genocide Jack! Or better yet, let's go with Genocide Jill!
What the fuck is this?
Toko, what happened to you?
Not Toko, that's a loser name, and what happened is a textbook split personality. So what if one of them happens to be a serial killer? You should turn a blind eye to one's faults.
So intense.
Like they say, sound in murderous mind, sound in murderous body.
I guess
This
so.
one is so different from the one we've come to know.
She is.
Yes, well, the world is composed of a front and a back, you know.
That is what you were saying
Just
earlier.
like how every inning has a top and a bottom, or how in the depths of every truth lives a little lie.
Okay.
Behind every dark and gloomy soul lives another that shines as bright as the sun!
I didn't expect her to be this loud. This is the murderous fiend Genocide Jack. This is beyond insane.
Miss Jack, Jill, can I ask you a question?
What's up?
Some of us think you might be the mastermind behind our entire situation. What are your thoughts on that?
The mastermind? Who said that?
Well, I'll tell you, I am the mastermind of all masterminds!
Oh, please.
Just kidding!
Then it's not true?
Of course it's not true! How dare you try to link me to that creepazoid? And another thing, the police and government and society in the outside world are totally powerless! I mean, they just let this idiotic bloodthirsty maniac go buck wild all over town!
I mean, fair.
Sure, I'm a bloodthirsty maniac, but life is pain, right? To live is to hurt other people. It's a necessary evil if you want to survive. The act of living itself causes pain for everyone. Just kidding again!
This should be enough to convince you. This murderous fiend is responsible for Chihiro's death. There's clearly a motive, so there should be no doubt.
A motive?
Remember what Monokuma told us? If someone didn't murder and graduate within 24 hours, an embarrassing memory or secret would be revealed. Well, let's assume that Toko's secret was about Genocide Jack. If a secret like that came to light, Toko's life would have undoubtedly been forever ruined. So she had a very clear motive to never have that side of herself exposed.
Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. But sorry, as much as I hate to admit it, I'm not the culprit. Culprit!
I figured as much. That was going on too easy.
But I cannot imagine anyone other than you could murder someone in such a bizarre fashion. Maybe maybe
here we
so,
are.
but nevertheless, it's the truth!
Do you really expect any of us to believe you?
Yeah! I could never believe a word you say, you monster!
Maybe she's totally right about that, but something's still bothering me. What she said, I need to get some more details about all this. Alright, we do another shootout thingy? Make your argument. Status of the dead body. Yeah, we're gonna talk about how it wasn't stabbed, it was tied up.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone!
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
I figured the white nose would be white.
If you had an alibi, that would change things. Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking!
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely.
No, that's wrong.
Break!
Are the methods of murder really exactly the same? I'm not so sure about. I think there's a slight difference between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
Huh? How's it any different?
Uh-oh, you don't know? Well then, human garbage, let me tell you!
You stick him up with scissors.
I murder with passion and conviction. I consider myself a professional, and I have a very particular way of doing things. Imagine you go to a fancy Italian restaurant. They're very picky about the noodles, the sauce, everything. But what happened to Chihiro? It'd be like if that same Italian restaurant started using ragu or Chef Boyardee. This is no creation of mine.
Let me rephrase that in a way that maybe makes more sense. There are two clear differences between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
They get stabbed and they're hung, tied up, but they're not tied up, they're stabbed up. There's a clear difference between the murders. In the photos from the other Genocide Jack cases, look at the neck and the stomach. Here you'll see a difference.
I got it! For one, the cause of death is different. In the Genocide Jack murders, all the victims were killed the same way. According to the case file, they were all apparently killed with a pair of scissors. But Chihiro died from a blow to the head, right?
Ah, yes. That is remarkably different from the other murders.
Wouldn't it be strange for someone who kills the same way without fail to suddenly change their method? And there's more. One more conflicting detail.
That's right! In my recipe of murder, if the bloody message is the tortellini, then the arrangement of the body would be the pesto sauce!
Okay.
Can you please stop comparing killing people to cooking?
Thank you. He said what I was thinking.
Are you saying the other difference has to do with how the body was arranged?
That's right. The second difference is related to how she was suspended. In the photos of the other Genocide Jack cases, all the other victims were stabbed with their hands. Here you'll see a clear difference. Yeah, what was used to suspend her?
Do you remember what the killer used to suspend her? They used some kind of rope to hang her up by her wrists.
It was an extension cord.
What is your point?
Well, in all the previous Genocide Jack cases, something else was used to suspend them. Specifically, pairs of razor-sharp scissors.
And guess what? I used my own specially designed scissors for the murders and the arrangement. Like I said, I'm a professional, so naturally I'm very picky about the tools I use. And you know what else? Big Mac said there's two differences, but he's wrong.
Big Mac? Are you referring to me?
I love it.
Listen up, Big Mac. There's actually one more difference.
Huh?
My word, you really didn't notice? Take a look at who the victims were in each Genocide Jack case.
They're all
There's a
dudes.
pattern there, just waiting to be discovered.
You kill guys.
Pattern?
Figure that out, and it'll be plain as death why I couldn't have possibly killed that little lolly girl.
Because you don't kill lolly girls. Let's see. There's a pattern surrounding the Genocide Jack victims when Chihiro didn't fit. If you look at the names of every victim, what do you notice is? I think I figured it out. I know why she couldn't have killed Chihiro. Because Chihiro was a girl.
Is it because Chihiro was a girl?
Bingo! Bullseye! Right on the money!
What are you talking about?
In all the Genocide Jack cases, all the victims had something in common.
Ken Harada 32, Tetsuhito Honda 17, Shoji Gaku 23, Kano Issei 14, Takashi Yoshida 30. I was gonna say something, but I wasn't sure if I was just like, it only showed like 2 pictures and they were both guys, and I wasn't sure if maybe I was reading the names wrong and some of them were girl names. But thank you, I was right, thank you. I should have said something. Kometsuna Taro, Takafumi Gono, Uchida, Naohina, Hia, Takashi Masamune, Yuto, Yumejima. There was no end to it.
They were all guys?
That's right! The people I kill with such passion and conviction are all adorable little men! I can't believe I said it! I'm so embarrassed!
The hell is wrong with you?
I'm so embarrassed! I can't help it! I'm just a full-throttle boy-on-boy fangirl, and the mopey side of me just hates it. But now I'm on the fast track to becoming a full-fledged fan madam!
So, since Chihiro was a girl and not an adorable little man, you wouldn't kill her?
Would an Italian chef suddenly start making ramen just because they're both noodles? Don't be stupid. I have too much passion and conviction to cross that line. That's the absolute reality of the one and only.
We get it. You've clearly explained your hobby and your philosophy. But that's not all there is to it. It's a different matter entirely, when you're forced to kill in order to survive.
Quiet, lolly car!
She absolutely would have killed Byakuya if she had a choice.
Slowly, Kurt.
Oh, you just hit him in the heart like this, like you hit a nerve there.
I would never kill for a reason as petty as mere survival. And if by some fluke I did kill to survive, why would I bother with the message and arrangement? It'd make me the obvious suspect!
That does make some amount of sense.
Plus, whatever reason I have for killing, I would never leave out my prized scissors. Who would go out of their way to use a big, stupid, heavy dumbbell?
Maybe you used the dumbbell because you couldn't find any scissors in the school?
Any scissors? I don't just use any scissors. I only use my own set of high-class envy of the entire world scissors!
Okay, whatever. There still aren't any in the school.
Are you sure about that?
Oh. Oh, Jesus.
She's fully equipped!
That's right! So I can kill anywhere, anytime! Why would I resort to dumbbells or rope when I have my trusty scissors by my side?
Can you not?
Go ahead, tell me I'm wrong! You can't, can you? Gutter dogs, all of you!
True.
Not to mention, I have no clue how to tie a good knot. So rope's totally out of the question anyway!
I guess you don't need to learn how to tie when you can just stab them to the wall.
I have no idea what's going on anymore! Could such a heinous villain really be innocent?
But the body really was suspended, right? And nobody but the police knew about that.
And whoever read the archive.
Yeah! That's why we figured it had to be the real deal, and not some copycat killer or whatever.
Actually, hold on. There is one person. One person who could have copied the Genocide Jack cases. Select someone.
Here's my answer. Byakuya, it's possible you could have found out, isn't it? You'd have no problem gaining access to classified government documents or internal police records.
And you specifically said that the Genocide Jack, or Jill in this case, cases were a favorite of yours, so you probably know a lot about it even before you came here.
Plus, you've already looked through the Genocide Jack file before this all happened, hadn't you?
Are you saying Mr. Togami did it?
I hope so. I hate this dude.
Then, the reason he pushed the theory of Genocide Jack being the killer so hard was because he wanted to pin the crime on her.
So, he rearranged the scene to disguise it and make it look like I put my stamp on it. The adorable glasses man was behind it all. Oh, I'm on fire!
Oh, fuck, Byakuya. Maybe he's gonna die next anyway.
Well, Byakuya, what's your response?
I see. So now the suspicion falls on me.
Yeah.
Then I must ask, when would you say I began acting suspicious? Surely you must have an answer.
You're always suspicious, you asshole.
Looking back and thinking about it now, the way you were acting right before we discovered the body was a little strange.
in the locker rooms. They're suspicious, very suspicious indeed, wouldn't you agree? Huh? Suspicious? Seems nobody searched the locker rooms. Let's start with the girls' locker room.
You wanted to go to the girls' locker room right away, right? But since you're a guy...
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
I should have naturally thought of the boys' locker room first. Is that what you want to say? The victim was Chihiro, a girl. Hence why I said we should check the girls' locker room.
But we were looking for who died at that point.
Nothing strange about that, I'd say.
But we hadn't found the body yet, so we didn't know it was Chihiro.
On the contrary, there's something very strange.
Thank you,
Okay,
Makoto,
then.
the only one with common
What's so
sense.
strange about it? Go ahead. Share with the rest of the class.
I will! There was a clear contradiction in what Byakuya just said. I need to make it clear to everyone. A new element has been added to non-stop debates. Why don't I hear about it? We're going to add something called Truth Flashback. If you aim at a weak spot and hold down the triangle button, then you'll memorize the weak spot. This memorized phrase can only be shot once as a single truth bullet. If you shoot or change the truth bullet, it will disappear from your truth cylinder. However, you can use this flashback feature as many times as you want. If you don't seem to have the answer or lie to a contradiction in your load of truth bullets, it might be wise to memorize a different weak spot and use that to make your case. When is the best time to use a flashback? Well, you'll just have to use your keen wits, won't you? In this case, though, I will say that if you don't use a flashback, you won't be refuting anything. Well then, good luck and have fun. Okay. How do I...
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting weird... how?
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room,
You absolutely take it! That's a natural reaction for any guy!
Jesus.
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl.
No, that's wrong!
Thank you.
Break!
I'll tell you what's so strange about that.
Do it, Makoto. Tell them all.
Because up until we actually discovered the body, we couldn't have known who the victim was.
Okay.
So your claim that you went to the girls' locker room first because Chihiro was the victim doesn't hold up.
Doesn't fucking hold up, bitch.
I see. That's a good answer, I must admit.
Pretty thick of you to forget that detail, you dumbass.
Interesting. Very interesting indeed. But your reasoning is still too weak.
Your face is too weak, huh?
What's wrong? Is that it? Surely you've got more than that. Go ahead. Show us.
Well, that's with Byakuya's attitude. It's like he doesn't even care. I got him cornered, but he's acting like this has nothing to do
What's
with
the
him.
matter? You're not finished already, are you? There must be more to it.
There is. I think.
I think? Don't make me doubt myself, you jackass.
There is more to it. Think about it. We just talked about the differences between this case and past Genocide Jack incidents.
Thank you for speaking up, by the way. Where the fuck have you been? You were so helpful the first case.
The proof you're looking for is hidden in there.
Oh? Proof that I'm the culprit, you mean?
The difference between this case and other Genocide Jack murders. The evidence that proves Byakuya is responsible is hidden there? What could it be? Make your argument. Library desk lamp?
What? The difference between the cases? You want me to explain it again?
Please,
When I
explain
want to kill, I use my very own special scissors. And I use those same scissors to arrange the body.
But Chihiro was suspended with... It was some kind of rope. Was it not?
That's right! It absolutely was!
then there must be something very fishy and...
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you...
I'd never seen that rope before in my life. Obviously, somebody else must have had it hidden away somewhere.
Okay, so it's right there at the end.
What? The difference? You want me to explain? When I want to kill, I use those same scissors to arrange the body.
But Chihiro, it was some kind of...
That's right! It absolutely was!
Then there must be something...
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from, huh?
I'd never seen that rope before in my life.
Fuck you!
Obviously, somebody else must have had it hidden away somewhere.
Dick.
What? The difference? You want me to explain? When I want to kill, and I use those same scissors.
But Chihiro, it was some kind of...
That's right!
Then there must be something...
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it?
I'd never seen that rope before in my life.
No, that's wrong!
Break!
Actually, I'm pretty sure you have seen it before. Because, you see, that rope, or should I say...
Extension cord.
That extension cord?
What? An extension cord?
Byakuya, you've used the extension cord in the library more than once, haven't you? And the same extension cord that was in the library all this time went missing after the murder. And there's no way someone who uses that extension cord as much as you do wouldn't discover that fact.
And Byakuya must be the one who took the extension cord. I can't imagine any other possibility.
That's really what you think? Then your conclusion is something like this? I killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, then hung her up and wrote that bloody message.
Oh yeah, we haven't really said that the things were switched yet, have we?
I intentionally made it look like Genocide Jack was behind it. Is that about right?
Why would she have died in the boys' locker room? He's doing it again. He's totally calm, totally unconcerned. As if he's not even involved. Wait, not even involved.
What's wrong? I asked you if you think that's what happened.
Hell yes, that's what happened. So that's it, right? Byakuya's the killer.
I don't disagree with not disagreeing.
He kept calling this a game, right? So he'd be totally willing to do something like this to win.
They're all so sure, and that makes me unsure.
Sorry, but could we hold on just a second? I think we need to talk about this a little more.
Do we really need to? We already decided you did it.
I know, but still, there's something that's still bothering me.
I don't know why I read that one.
Is that right? And what, pray tell, is still bothering you? I killed her in the girls' locker room, then disguised my crime.
Yeah, he keeps saying in the girls' locker room. It wasn't there.
Specifically, I dressed it up to make it look like it was the work of a homicidal psychopath. What about all that bothers you?
Wait. What was that just now? Something's not right. Chihiro's body was definitely found in the girls' locker room, but does that mean... Can I really just accept what Byakuya just said is the truth? No, I don't think so. There's definitely something wrong about what he said.
I got it! You say you killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, right?
But you didn't.
But are you sure about that? Isn't it possible that the murder took place somewhere else?
How disappointing. What kind of question is that? Even in the world of disappointments, this is a true letdown.
Okay, you're leaning a little thick there, buddy.
She was found dead in the girls' locker room. There is absolutely no question about that.
Except for the questions I have.
How could the scene of the crime have been anywhere else?
Well, I think it's entirely possible that she was killed somewhere else, then carried there later.
We did mention how tiny she was.
Along with the rest of the murder scene.
The rest of the murder scene? That was awfully specific. Please tell me you have a reason for saying all of that.
I believe I do.
Hey, Byakuya, did I just take you off guard? When the story suddenly moved to the crime scene, Byakuya, who'd been so confident up until now, maybe Byakuya never even realized the actual scene of the crime could have been somewhere else.
Hey, don't just move on without permission! What do you mean she was killed somewhere else?
Come on, Makoto. If there's any chance the murder took place somewhere else, let's see the proof.
It wasn't Byakuya? Evidence that shows the murder took place somewhere else. There was something that switched to the boys' locker rooms. The blood was found on the poster of the locker room. Yeah.
I got it! The proof that she was killed somewhere else is... the poster that's hanging in each locker room.
Your proof is some posters?
The poster in the girls' locker room was a picture of a big-boobed supermodel. But don't you think that's kind of strange?
Can you say big-boobed again?
Why would the girls' locker room have a poster like that?
A poster like what? Say it, Makoto.
I bet those massive jugs of hers were totally fake!
Ah. She's satisfying my humor needs.
Meanwhile, the boys' locker room had a poster of the super popular boy band Tornado. Again, that doesn't really seem to belong in a boys' locker room.
So you're saying that maybe the posters were switched?
And there's one other thing I noticed about the... You know what I'm talking about, right, Sakura?
You're referring to my protein coffee, aren't you?
Yes, I didn't mean to skip there, by the way, my finger twitched.
Protein coffee?
While I was in the girls' locker room earlier, I spilled some protein coffee on the carpet. But I noticed that after the murder, the stain had been totally scrubbed away.
No, it's not the stain that was scrubbed away. It was moved.
I got it! The stain on the girls' locker room carpet wasn't scrubbed away. In fact, I found it on the boys' locker room carpet.
That's definitely the stain from my protein coffee.
Then, does that mean that the carpets were switched too? But why would anyone do that?
To move the murder scene from one locker room to the other. It's certainly plausible, don't you think? What? In other words, in order to completely swap the scene of the crime, the blood-stained poster and carpet were moved along with the dead body. By doing this, the killer was able to change the entire room where the murder took place.
I can certainly follow your reasoning, but why would the culprit bother doing that?
Because I don't understand why Chihiro was in the boys' room.
Huh? Why would they go through all that trouble of switching the scene of the crime? Actually, an even bigger question. If the murder did take place in the boys' locker room, then how did Chihiro get in the boys' locker room in the first place?
Thank you.
To get into the locker rooms, you have to swipe your e-handbook across the card reader device.
Thank you, Celeste. You're being very helpful all of a sudden.
But Chihiro's handbook should have only allowed her access to the girls' locker room. She had no way to get into the boys' locker room to begin with.
No, she did have a way, and I can tell you what it was.
I highly doubt that.
Shut up! I'm telling you, I know how she could have done it.
Shut up! Is he right? Could Chihiro really have gotten in the boys' locker room somehow? Well, let's do it. Maybe in Leon's, but it was broken.
Is it really possible? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow?
Ah! I got it! She must have hacked her e-handbook! She was the ultimate programmer, after all.
No.
I'm sure that would have been no problem for her. No, I don't think that's it. She used the thing that was in the main hall.
Huh? What thing?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course.
No!
If she had that, she could get into the boys' locker room no problem.
Yeah, I know. If she was able to use Leon's handbook, she could get in the boys' locker room, but when we found Leon's handbook in the main hall, there's no doubt it was, in which case you can't really say that.
Is it
Yeah,
really?
okay.
Could Chihiro really?
She must have hacked her e... She was the
No.
ultimate program. I'm sure that would have... No, I don't think... She used the thing that was in the main hall.
Huh? What thing?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course.
No, that's wrong!
Break!
No, I don't think Chihiro used Leon's handbook.
Why not?
Because Leon's handbook was broken.
Oh. Well, then, yeah, I guess that'd be pretty impossible, huh?
I am struck silent by how quickly you gave up.
Okay, but how did it break?
Plus, isn't there a regulation against using someone else's handbook?
No, there's a regulation against lending one. We've discussed this a few times now, Celeste.
Actually, the rule states that loaning your handbook is prohibited. It says nothing about borrowing one.
Byakuya's got this.
In other words, you could borrow a dead person's handbook all you want, and you'd be safe.
Yup, yup, yup! Hit the nail square on the noggin!
Of course, if it were broken, that wouldn't make any sense anyway.
So then, she must have hacked hers, like I said. She used her ultimate programmer skills and...
I love you, Taka.
Psst. You can't fix an e-handbook! The instant you open one up, a security buzzer starts blaring!
So, if she didn't use Leon's handbook, and she didn't modify her own handbook...
Maybe Mr. Naegi's initial assumption is just wrong?
It seems like there's no way she could have got into the boys' locker room. So I guess so.
Then why is Sakura stain in the poster still?
Okay then, I vote for Byakuya!
Okay. Is that it then? Chihiro was killed in the girls' locker room and Byakuya was the one who did it? Really? But still, I don't know what else I can do.
Hold on a second. I agree with you, though. I think you're on the right track.
Thank you, Kyoko.
What the... You finally decide to open your mouth and That's what you've got to say?
That's what I've been saying. She hasn't been very helpful this trial.
There's no way she could get in the boys' locker room, right? So...
Why are you so sure she couldn't get in? There's still one other way she could have gained access.
How?
What? What are you talking about? What other way is there?
Well, to explain that, why don't we take a little break from the trial? I'd like you all to come see something.
Are we allowed?
Wait. Just what do you think you're doing?
Really?
Don't worry. This'll make the whole trial more exciting. I'm sure that thought must please you.
Huh? It'll make things more exciting? Well, all right then. I declare an official class trial recess.
I can't believe that worked.
For real?
Now then, what is it you want to show us? It better not be boring or I'll be very unhappy.
Whoever it is that did kill Chihiro was probably like, oh my god, the fucking anticipation.
Oh, I have no doubt it'll meet your lofty expectations. So, shall we go?
So before I even knew what was happening, the class trial had been put on hold. We just headed off with Kyoko in the lead. And where she took us was...
The girls' locker room?
We've already searched this place top to bottom! What are you trying to pull, Missy?
I'd like you to examine the victim's body one more time.
You wanted to check it again?
Be sure to examine the entire body very carefully. Take your time.
Okay.
Examine her carefully? Like using our hands?
No way!
It's probably best if I don't run my hands all over a girl's dead body.
It's not that I'm creeped out or anything, it's just... based on religious grounds, you know?
Very well. I'll do it.
Sakura being a woman.
But you're a girl. You shouldn't have to touch a dead body. Just let one of the boys do it.
Don't be sexist, Owie. Jesus Christ, Sakura's the toughest one here.
No, it's okay. I think Chihiro would rather have a girl examine her.
Not with her anxiety.
So just leave this to me.
Sakura. What is this? Some kind of secret girl-on-girl action? Is that what you two are about? That's not it at all. Stop screwing around.
Okay, here I go.
Thank you for announcing it.
I'm sorry, Chihiro. Please excuse the intrusion.
You're not intruding, you're inspecting. Placing her hands together in a brief prayer, Sakura then began to quietly examine her body.
Be sure to check her entire body, and I believe we will solve this particular mystery.
Her entire body? I know you say that, but... What? This is... What is this...
What? Sakura?
What is it?
Not possible. It's not possible.
What's not? Sakura's eyes were staring widely at Chihiro's lifeless form. Her massive frame trembled.
This girl is
what?
Is a boy!
Okay. So she's transgender. Which would explain, I guess, if Monokuma was sexist or transphobic or whatever, that would explain why she had a boys' locker room pass. But Sakura, chill. You need to tone it down.
Ah, I see. So she was actually a he. Interesting. Thank you for confirming this fact.
Well, now she's back on genocide Jill's freaking murder possibility.
What?
Oh, okay, there it is.
You're joking, right?
Fuck.
I wouldn't joke about this.
You need to chill, you're literally glowing.
Then it's really true?
Chihiro was a guy?
Aw.
Oh, what? You guys didn't know? Heck, I knew that right off the bat. Chihiro Fujisaki was totally a guy.
He was a cross-dresser? Oh, I'm really
Yeah, there
on
it is.
fire! I wish I had killed him!
Oh, but you didn't?
So that's what Kyoko wanted to show everyone, huh? Interesting. Yes, that certainly does make things much more exciting.
I don't understand why you had to make someone grope her body, or See, I think it was she transgender? Because if she was transgender, then I'm gonna say she.
Now let's ride this wave of excitement back to the courtroom and get back to the trial.
But she seemed to really hate herself. She literally said she was going through a lot of self-loathing.
I do apologize for keeping you waiting. Now then, let's resume the class trial.
All right.
We've all just learned of the shocking revelation that Chihiro was actually a boy. Let's pick up from there.
Yes, well, I don't know his reason for hiding it, but the fact is, Chihiro was not a girl, but a boy.
She was trans? To think that Chihiro was actually a guy. I thought it never even crossed my
And
mind.
because the victim was male, he would have had no problem gaining access to the boys' locker room.
Did he identify as male, though, is what I want to know.
Assuming his handbook did, in fact, list his gender as male, then yes, that would be true.
Of course his handbook said he was a boy. He dressed like a girl, but he was a boy through and through.
I don't like that statement.
So then, there should be no issue with Makoto's initial assertion. The victim was killed in the boys' locker room, and was then later moved to the girls' locker room. And the killer could have easily used Sayaka or Junko's handbook to get into the girls' locker room.
So Chihiro really was killed in the boys' locker room?
I still don't understand the motive for moving the body, but yes, that does seem plausible.
Well, I must admit, I did find it rather odd. I knew he felt a little off. There was a certain incongruity to his female body.
Shut up.
This is the most titillating situation!
I don't like the way a lot of these people are reacting.
So now everything has been connected. All the mysteries have finally become clear.
Except for who did it.
Okay, well, connected or clear
Oh,
or
I guess.
whatever. We still think you're the killer, remember?
Yeah, I was about to say, that's why I was confused. It's like, Byakuya, who do you think it is if it's not you?
Very interesting. This has become very interesting indeed.
I hate you.
He's off in his own little world.
What about you, Makoto? After everything we've learned, do you still think Byakuya's the killer?
Well,
who else
without
would
a
be?
doubt, Byakuya is the one that made Chihiro's death look like Genocide Jack did it. But I think he might not actually be the killer after all.
What? But aren't you the one who accused him in the first place?
I was. Just give me a
Just
minute.
seems to be too easygoing about all this. Like he's enjoying us solving the mystery. The way he's acting, it makes it seem like it doesn't have anything to do with him.
So he just set it up to be entertained.
And you think that might be because it doesn't have anything to do with him?
Plus, the evidence he left behind was a little too... how can I put it? Overt. He consciously chose to use the extension cord, knowing it could connect him to the murder. At least, that's how I see it. And Byakuya, when you found out the murder took place in the boys' locker room, it seemed to rattle you.
It really did.
And then again, when you found out Chihiro was actually a guy.
Oh, I wasn't paying attention to his reaction. Probably should
If
have.
you really were the killer, that stuff wouldn't have had any effect on you.
So that's your thinking, huh? Well, it bothers me that you don't have more concrete reasons, but it's fine. I guess I'll mark it as correct for the time being.
Thank you so much, teacher. You're just making this trial 10 times more difficult.
Mark it as correct?
Like, we still don't know who the fuck
He's right.
did it.
I am not the culprit. I just happened to come across the corpse in the girls' locker room and decided to alter it.
Are you fucking with us right now?
No, I am not effing with you right now. I'm telling you the truth.
He won't swear. I love it.
Well, I find it very hard to believe.
Go ahead. Find it very hard to believe. You're free to be executed along with the rest of us.
If you're really telling the truth, then why? Why do you do that to his body?
My reasons hardly matter right now. Uncovering the culprit is much more important, wouldn't you say? Now then, if it wasn't me, who was it?
Well, I don't think I can say for sure without talking about it a little more.
We're seriously gonna keep going? We're all good, aren't we? I thought it was clear Byakuya did it.
No, I'm with Makoto. If there's any doubt whatsoever, we need to explore every possibility.
Unfortunately.
Because if we're wrong, we all die here.
That's true. Very well then. I'm with you too.
Damn straight. Count me in.
Do you not have a mind of your own?
Of course I do. What am I, an ant or something?
Anyway, let's discuss this all as a group one more time. We still have time to make our decision.
That's very true.
Our lives are all on the line.
Excellent. Then shall we resume our game of hide and seek?
But if Byakuya didn't do it, then who's the real killer? Who murdered Chihiro? There's one thing we can be sure that we know about the killer. The killer was able to gain access to the real murder scene, which means the killer's the guy.
got it!
Since the crime scene was in the boys' locker room, you would need a boys' handbook to get in. Since Leon's handbook is currently broken, the killer would have had to use their own. In other words, it would have had to have been a guy. But that's still not enough. I need to find more clues. Alright, are we doing another bullet thing? Yeah.
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who
Oh, that's
did
just
it?
hero, right.
Well, clues are one thing, but did nobody get a look at the killer?
I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough for now.
Celeste saw the victim.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
Need to think one more time. There must be a contradiction somewhere.
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us? Well,
Clues are. Did nobody get a.
I'm sure if someone saw the
Killer.
perhaps someone saw the victim at some point.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
It's over.
Oh, I hate you.
All over. You want to know who saw the victim? The killer. And only then, it's not like they're just gonna turn themselves in. Game over, man.
That wasn't there last time.
No! Not game over!
That wasn't available last time. I know.
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Well, clues are what? Did nobody get a look at.
I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough for now.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
It's over. It's all over. You want to know who saw the victim? The killer. And only.
No, what's wrong?
Thank goodness. Right.
I believe someone else did see the victim before he was murdered. What do you think, Celeste?
I think someone saw it too.
Now that you mention it, yes, I did see him.
Really?
Oh, but I suppose only Makoto knows about this. The rest of you had no idea, did you? That is why you're all making such ugly noises.
Whatever! Just hurry up and tell us!
It was last night, right before nighttime. I saw Chihiro in the dormitory warehouse. I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag. And then, I assume, he headed off to exercise.
A track jacket and a duffel bag? But we didn't find anything like that at the murder scene.
It seems likely that the culprit destroyed them to get rid of any evidence.
And that is when he said something that struck me as rather odd.
What? Well, I better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry.
Chihiro told me he was in a hurry. But why would he be in a hurry? Only if someone were waiting for him, I should think.
So, Mr. Fujisaki was on his way to meet with someone, and then they were going to work out together?
But Hina and I had invited him to exercise with us plenty of times, and he always declined.
Probably because he was afraid you'd find out the secret he was hiding, right?
Which means that conversely, he must have trusted whoever he was meeting with very much. Enough so that he was willing to risk his secret being revealed.
What a marvelous friendship! The point is, whoever he met up with is the culprit, right? So we just gotta figure out who it was.
But knowing what we know, I can't even guess.
No, you already have what you need to make the connection.
Huh?
You know who the killer is.
Seriously?
Who is it? Who's the killer?
Think back to the track jacket and duffel bag the killer disposed of.
I never found it.
Focus on the details of these items, and it should become obvious who was waiting for him.
What do you mean?
Are you sure about that? You really think we can figure out who did it based on two pieces of evidence that we don't have?
What? You want to track down some fingerprints or something?
You sound very freaking egotistical for someone who hasn't really done much to help.
Even if we had the equipment for that, we wouldn't know how to use it.
As was noted, the evidence is already gone. There's nothing to get fingerprints from.
Maybe, but we can make certain inferences if we just take the time to talk it out.
Easy for you to say, but fine. Celeste, did you notice anything special about the bag or jacket?
The bag was just a normal duffel bag from the warehouse. All the bags in there are the same, so I can't imagine what would make that one special.
Well, if I remember right, there was a decent variety of tracksuits to choose from.
So it has to do with it being
Do you
blue?
think there might be some connection between the culprit and Chihiro's jacket?
Perhaps. Let's explore that and talk a bit more about the jacket he took.
Does Chihiro's jacket really hold some clue about the killer? Somehow it's really hard to believe. Alright. Make your argument. Celeste's account. Okay, then we're gonna need to record something.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
Shut up, little bitch. Shoot! Let me think one more time. There must be a contradiction somewhere.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was heading. He was on his way to go exercise.
So next we have...
Why did he choose the specific...
What do you mean, the
I got it! It matched the one...
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as...
No, that's wrong!
I didn't hear us. I don't know.
Hold on a second, Mondo. What did you just say?
Huh? What'd I say?
When Celeste testified a few minutes ago, she said...
I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag, and then I assumed he headed off to exercise. So he didn't say
She
it was
never
blue.
said
She didn't
anything
say it
about
was
the
blue.
jacket's color.
I was gonna say, I wasn't sure if I heard it or just because I saw the picture I knew it was blue.
So why did you say Chihiro's blue tracksuit?
Mondo, did you kill Chihiro?
What are you... You just...
Hey, Celeste, what color was Chihiro's tracksuit?
As a matter of fact, it was blue.
And before we began the trial, did you tell anyone that?
She told me specifically.
The only one I told about any of this was you.
Then, Mondo, how did you know what color Chihiro's tracksuit was?
Because he killed her?
Because I just...
I'm sure he saw the clothes at some point in the investigation.
Oh my god, they're bros. No!
No, that can't be it. The bag and clothes were surely disposed of by the time we began our investigation.
Then the only reason he could have known what color the tracksuit was is if he saw Cherry with it before he died! That's the only possibility!
Cherry.
Cherry? Are you talking about Chihiro? So, how about it? Did you see the tracksuit or didn't you?
Just by chance. I just happened to see it last night. He walked past me, and he was carrying the tracksuit in his hands.
No, that can't be it either. According to Celeste's testimony...
She stuffed the jacket into her bag in a hurry. It was almost like she was trying to hide it. And just like that, she was gone.
And when Celeste noticed it, Chihiro made a point of making sure the jacket was completely in the bag. If you just ran into him briefly, you couldn't possibly have seen what color the tracksuit was.
It would appear you've dug your own grave.
Uh-oh.
Perhaps. But you handed him the shovel, didn't you? That's why you said what you did. Focus on the tracksuit and it'll be obvious who he met with? What a bunch of nonsense.
Ah, now I understand. It was all one big bluff, wasn't it? Your true intention was to draw a slip of the tongue from the culprit. That's why you said you knew who did it. To put them on edge.
That's right. However, Mondo was my target all along. I had my suspicions about him from the very beginning.
How?
But why? What made you so suspicious?
That's a good question.
Because I hate him.
There was a certain turning point that tipped me off. Maybe you didn't notice it, Mondo, but you tend to refer to men and women differently.
He did say dude once about Chihiro, didn't he, in the friggin' exercise
You
room?
only call guys dude. For girls, it's chick.
I have not noticed chick,
And
but
after
okay.
he was killed, you happened to refer to him as dude.
Okay.
Once I picked up on that, it occurred to me that Mondo knew something we didn't.
You noticed such a tiny detail?
Are you a witch? She's a witch! You're positively frightful!
No, I'm not the frightful one. Not nearly as frightful as someone capable of murdering a friend.
Mondo, was it really you? Did you really kill Chihiro?
I didn't kill anyone! You've been all over me, judging everything I say, putting words in my mouth. What gives you the right to treat me like a goddamn criminal?
Alright,
Yeah!
stupid.
He would never do something like that! This is a false accusation!
Taka, this is gonna hurt.
It's true. My reasoning on that is pretty shaky.
That was fast.
Well, this does present us with a problem. It seems we are all out of leads.
My time has nearly come.
Oh yeah, you said you found
That's what my little ghost friend is telling me.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Hifumi, weren't you telling me you'd found some evidence?
Really? What kind of evidence?
Actually, now that I'm thinking about it here calmly, it might not be all that relevant.
Oh my god, Hifumi, just tell us.
Jeez, does your confidence just get up and walk away? It's fine, man. Just tell us.
If you really insist, then, here it is.
What do you have there?
It happens to be an e-handbook. I found it laying on the ground, so I scooped it up.
You found it on the ground, right? So it must belong to... Mondo? It belongs to Mondo, doesn't it? Huh? But I have mine. Then whose is it? Better calm down and think about this. Looks like I just embarrassed myself in front of everyone. Found on the ground, then it must belong to... It's Chihiro.
I got it!
I wasn't sure.
We know Chihiro's handbook was missing from the scene of the crime, right?
Stupid, I forgot it was missing.
For a fact.
For a fact indeed. I was totally sure I'd found it.
Then it must hold some clue about the culprit, right?
Well, that's what I was hoping. But it's busted. It won't even turn on.
I imagine the culprit broke it to get rid of any evidence after the murder.
How are they being broken?
That's odd. I didn't think the handbooks were quite so fragile.
You're right. They're not.
Then how did it break, Monokuma? Tell
They're
us.
totally waterproof and shock resistant. It would take an awful lot to break one.
Like?
And yet, this one does appear to be broken, as is Leon's, sitting useless in the main hall. For all your confidence, that is a remarkably high failure rate.
That's what I was thinking.
Do you think there might be some kind of mystery in there somewhere? How precisely did the handbooks get broken?
You tell me. How did the handbooks break? There's only one possible explanation. No, maybe has a bug you could exploit. Too bad for you, but those things have been debugged to hell and back. Couldn't afford a recall. Oh, I guess you could just delete the possibility of a bug then. Looks like I embarrassed myself. I'm a dum-dum.
I got it! You already told us before that the handbook has one weak point, didn't you?
Yeah! You remember that? Sure, maybe I let that slip, but I never told anyone what the weak point actually was.
But if the handbook is supposed to never break, and two of them broke in quick succession, then...
Someone figured it
Then
out.
we can only assume that someone's figured out its weakness. You know what the weakness is, right, Monokuma? So, what is it?
You're asking me?
I think it's a necessary piece of information if you want this to be a fair trial.
But if I tell you, and someone else decides to copy it, that would be very not good.
Just tell us already. Why would we want to break our own handbooks?
Put it in the regulations.
Oh well, I have a weakness for pushy demands. But you're sure you won't follow their example? Then allow me to make a special announcement. The weak point of my cutting-edge e-handbook is... when it's exposed to high temperatures for too long, it will suffer a meltdown and totally break! I flippin' knew it!
You knew it?
Yeah, because I found the handbook laying on the floor of the sauna.
The temperature in the sauna can reach over 200 degrees. Strange how you don't get burnt, huh? It's because as your sweat evaporates, it creates a cooling layer of air around your skin.
That's cool.
If the hot air of the sauna were somehow pushed directly onto your skin, you'd definitely get fried. That layer of air would get blown away. That's why you may feel a burning when you move around. So when you're in a sauna, make sure to keep nice and still.
Interesting. I learned one new fact today.
That is a mere trifling speck of knowledge.
Anyway, if you found the victim's handbook in the sauna, then the killer must have been purposely trying to raise its temperature in order to break it.
Meaning the culprit somehow knew its weakness.
But how'd they find out? Monokuma said he didn't tell anyone, right?
Indeed. Quite the mystery.
Well, if we're trying to see that it's Mondo and Taka were in the sauna.
What if they found out by accident?
What do you mean by accident?
What if the killer took their own handbook into the sauna, not knowing its weakness, and it broke? They'd realize it was broken, of course, and it wouldn't be hard to figure out why.
And Mondo brought in he was wearing his
And
clothes.
once they had Chihiro's handbook, they knew they had an easy way to dispose of it.
I won't say it's not possible, but who would have done something like that?
Back to
I
Mondo.
don't know of anyone who took their handbook into the sauna.
Mondo wore his whole outfit.
I might know someone who did.
Whoa! Seriously?
Mondo.
I think the one who may have taken their handbook into the sauna was...
Taka doesn't want me to say it. Who might have brought their handbook into the sauna? It had to be the one with who wore all the clothes in the sauna. It was... It was you, but I just want to see Taka's face. I'm so sorry, sweetheart. You are not wanting this at all.
Here's my answer! Mondo, your handbook got broken in the sauna, didn't it?
What? Why? Why do you keep accusing him?
Because he's guilty.
Mondo and Taka had an endurance contest in the sauna not too long ago, remember? And for the contest, Mondo just so happened to keep his school uniform on. But little did he realize, he'd also left his handbook in one of his uniform pockets. And when it was all over, Mondo discovered that taking your handbook into the sauna could easily destroy it.
I mean, they're in there for a few hours. At least.
No, wait, hold on. You've got it all wrong. He would never kill. I don't accept this. Show me the proof. The actual solid proof.
Taka, no. I mean, I don't want to believe it either, but I found something that proves it beyond a shadow of a doubt. What? Make my argument. Broken e-handbook, Chihiro's handbook, card reader. Fuck.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Yeah.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all! Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
Yeah, I missed it. I'm sure Mondo's meant to just prove that, then that was true. Okay, yeah.
Let's test Makoto. If what he says is correct, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's hand, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
Oh!
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all! Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
Yeah, I gotta do it again.
Let's test Makoto. If what he says, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if then that proves.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
How many times am I gonna do that?
See? Look! Makoto was wrong! Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
I'm so sorry. Let me go again.
Let's test if what he said, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if then that proves that what Makoto said is.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
Thank you. No, that's wrong. Mondo, the handbook you have right now. Is it really yours?
Or is it Leon's?
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
The broken handbook that was in the main hall. Isn't that one actually yours?
Okay.
What the heck are you talking about?
What I mean is, I think Mondo swapped his handbook out for one that actually works. I think he took Leon's handbook and replaced it with his own. After all, Monokuma said himself that Leon's handbook never should have broken.
That's right! The punishment it suffered wasn't nearly enough to destroy it.
So then, the broken handbook in the main hall is actually Mondo's, which would mean that the handbook Mondo has right now is actually Leon's, yes?
But doesn't that violate the school regulation that says loaning out your handbook is prohibited?
Have we not been over this?
Here's how I look at it. There is a rule about loaning your handbook to another student, but if they're dead, they're not a student. It's kind of a gray area, I admit. But no worries. If anything, it just makes things more interesting. As such, I decree that exchanging handbooks with a corpse is not a violation of the rules.
Well, Mondo, if I'm wrong about this, you're welcome to say so. I'm happy to admit I made a mistake, but...
I don't think I did.
Son of a bitch.
What's wrong, bro? Come on, tell him he's wrong.
He's not
You
going to
are
talk.
wrong. You have to be wrong. Everything you just said is wrong. You made it all up.
Taka, honey.
Okay, then why don't we look back on this case one more time, from the beginning?
Oh, time to do the
That
comic book
way,
thing?
everything will become clear, and we'll all see if I was right or wrong.
Okay. Let's do it. So, first thing, Celeste saw Chihiro's bag. Yeah. And then they spoke. Oh, I go this way, okay. And then she left and went and used her card in the boys' locker room. And when she walked in, she saw Mondo. No, not yet. Oh, wait, no. Okay, so Celeste would have... That's in the boys' room. Okay, so Celeste would have made that out first. And then... No, because I did that right there. So then it would have been... Chihiro entering the room. And then... She laid down. And... picked up that. Came up behind her and killed her. And then... There. Oh no. Didn't drop it yet. Okay, so then what would that have been? After Chihiro died, what would... No, that's all Byakuya. That doesn't happen yet. I want to say it was this, but I guess it got bloody. And they dropped it, and they went to the rug. And switched the poster. And they took Chihiro's body. Wait, one of them has them taking it up, one has them putting it up. Taking it down. Use the card. No, because that's right there, so it won't be that one. Use that. And then go in the girls' room. And then Byakuya came in and found the body, and he's like, oh, yes, 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 yeah. Oh, right, then that wasn't Mondo that did that with the posters, was it? No, it was not. Okay. What have you done here? Because that's Byakuya's hand. So... maybe... here, and then where did I put the card? whose card was which. That would make this easier. I think the card was used over here. And then herded. No, that's Byakuya again. Damn it. I hate these. I hate these so much. That's already got blood on it, so that's not there. Great, so I saw that. Oh, freaking boys. There. That. And then they went, no, that's Byakuya. Unless that's Chihiro, but I can't tell. I think that one's Chihiro and that one's Byakuya. Possibly. Get in. There's that. Bloody dumbbell. Use that. And I got out. In. There, Byakuya fell in the body. First. That. And then is that what that one's for? Oh, Chihiro dropped. There's, maybe that's what that's about. Chihiro. Maybe. Switch to the girls' room. Get in there, right? That would make sense, would it not? I'm getting confuzzled. Oh, so maybe that's getting that. That's in the pool, so that wouldn't be. What? All these have blood and stuff related to them, except for this one. This one's gotta be right. Because he used his card to go in the boys' room. Maybe card was dropped? No, because he threw the card in the sauna. So, I got hit, and then maybe it was blood splattering on the poster. And then right here. Swap the poster. And the girls will put Chihiro on the carpet. And then Byakuya came in. He got the rope and tied her up. He took her blood and he wrote bloodlust, and then that one is the card going into the sauna. And then oh, is that what this one is?
Here's exactly what happened. First, let's take a look back to before the incident. Last night, Celeste saw Chihiro in the warehouse, correct? At the time, she was apparently stuffing something into a duffel bag. That something was a blue tracksuit. You can confirm this, right, Celeste? With bag in hand, Chihiro headed out, even though it was officially nighttime. She made her way to the locker room, specifically the boys' locker room. But how could the victim, who was apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room?
No, I didn't lay out my reasoning right. I need to rearrange the events of the case. But... is that not... so that one's wrong. Oh. Oh boy.
The killer is you!
Did I get it right that time?
With bag in hand, Chihiro headed out, even though it was officially nighttime. She made her way to the locker room, specifically the boys' locker room. But how could the victim, who was apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room? Simple, because she was really a he, which is why he was able to use his own e-handbook to gain entrance to the boys' locker room.
So I just got those two switched. Everything else should be fine?
Once inside, he met with someone there. And the person he met was the one who killed him. It seems likely that the killer grabbed the nearby dumbbell, approached the unsuspecting Chihiro, and attacked him. And that's where the bloodstains on the poster and carpeting in the boys' locker room came from. It was likely in the heat of the moment. The body was arranged, but the murder itself felt unplanned. Which is why the killer hurried to try and hide the act. First, pulling up the bloodstained carpet, then removing the bloody poster.
I didn't lay my reasoning right again. Jesus Christ, okay.
After all, Sayaka and Junko's handbooks had been placed in the main hall.
I think I missed something by accident.
Using one of those, a boy could get into the girls' locker room without much problem. And that's exactly how the killer did it. With the carpet and the poster they brought with them, they got to work. They changed the layout of the boys' and girls' locker room in what you might call a crime scene switch.
Not the time to be making names for things, Makoto.
That could have been the end of things. But no, Byakuya discovered the body and decided to intervene in the situation, making things even more complicated.
Which is why Mondo was so shocked when he came in,
So,
because he didn't...
after stumbling on the crime scene, he went and grabbed the extension cord from the library, and then he got to work. He used the cord to string up Chihiro's lifeless body. Then, using the victim's own blood, he left a grisly message there at the scene of the crime. He wanted to create the illusion that Genocide Jack was responsible for the slaughter.
You know, just for shits and giggles.
And around the same time that Byakuya was putting together this facade, the killer, having already disposed of Chihiro's bag and other belongings, arrived at the sauna. There, they planned to destroy the last piece of evidence, Chihiro's handbook. And just as the killer expected, the steamy sauna was enough to ruin the electronic gadget. Somehow, the killer knew that the handbook couldn't stand up to the heat of the sauna. And the reason they knew that is because the sauna had already wrecked their own handbook.
Because it's Mondo.
And that's how it all played out. Isn't that right, Mondo Arata?
Complete.
Wait! No! This can't be right!
This is breaking my heart just by Taka's reactions.
Yeah! Where's your evidence?
I just laid it all out for you.
You need evidence! You need proof! Without any proof, you can't pin any of this on him!
Evidence that Mondo was the killer that already revealed itself earlier in the trial. If I could somehow share where Mondo Handbook is right now, once I do that, everything will become clear. A new element has been added to the bullet time battles, of course. Let's talk a little about fever time and nega time. During a bullet time battle, you will press the R1 button. Fever time will activate and the tempo will be forced to its max. At this point, even if you push the buttons at random, you won't miss. So you can push X triangle, however you want, destroy the opponent's verbal assault. But this only lasts until your focus gauge runs out, so make sure the best of use of your time. Of course, it won't be fair if only you got to access special time, right? So we've also prepared something called nega time that your opponent can use. If the opponent activates nega time during the bullet time battle, your tempo marker will disappear, making it quite tougher to hit the buttons in rhythm. If you were to activate fever time at this point, no, never mind. I'm sure nothing would happen. I don't know what I was worried about. Unsurprisingly, if your action difficulty is set to gentle, the opponent won't use nega time. Well then, good luck and have fun. Alright. The moment of truth. I gotta fight with Taka because he doesn't want it to be true.
Show me some evidence! You're wrong! I won't listen! I refute you! False! Show me some evidence! I won't listen! False! I refuse to vote! Show me some evidence! You're wrong! I won't listen! I refute you! False! Show me some evidence!
Final strike.
Show me some evidence!
Without any proof, you can't pin this on him. I'm sorry, Taka, but I can because I have evidence.
Break!
If my thinking so far is right, Mondo must have replaced his broken handbook with Leon's.
So if we have him turn his on, it should say Leon's
In
name.
which case, we can just check each of our handbooks right now. Once we do that, we'll...
We don't gotta do that.
Huh?
Yeah, I did it. I killed him.
I can't believe you, Mondo. You made a promise as a man. Well, I can't believe I got all A's on that. 977 points.
Bro! What are you saying?
I got no choice, man. After hearing all that, I gotta just... give up. Go ahead, Monokuma. Get it over with. Ask for the goddamn verdict.
Roger that!
Wait! Hold on!
No waiting! No holding on! Time for the moment we've all been waiting for! Grab your lever and give it a yank! Who will you elect as the Blackened this time around?
Mondo.
Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
He admitted it.
What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
He admitted it. Who is found guilty? The Monokuma vote. Yay. Mondo wins.
What?
Uh-oh, this time looks like you got it right again. Yes, it is so. The Blackened that killed Chihiro Fujisaki was Mondo Owada. In case you're wondering, the vote was not unanimous. Kiyotaka chose the wrong answer. You're treading very close to the danger zone, Mr. Ishimaru. You need to be more careful.
I refuse to believe it. There's no way he would kill someone.
Sorry.
What is this?
Why are you apologizing? Why did you do it?
Now then.
Well, it looks like Mondo's been taking a vow of silence, so allow me to explain on his behalf.
Actually...
The story of the murder this time is a sad story of two men. Oh, but for everyone who doesn't really want to hear it, you can hit the circle button to fast forward the text. Anyway, there was once a young boy, and his name was Chihiro Fujisaki. He had an extreme inferiority complex regarding his own lack of strength. You're so weak even though you're a boy. He'd heard things like that so long as he could remember that he couldn't overcome his weakness. On the contrary, he tried to hide and bury himself further and further into that weakness. To take on a fragile form of a petite young girl. He had chosen that as his way out. Now, nobody will be able to say anything about even though you're a boy. But no matter how tightly he wrapped himself in that shell, the inferiority complex had already taken root deep inside him and was not so easily weeded out. As it turned, the shell was not completely empty.
the complex didn't disappear. Instead, it only grew stronger and stronger. I'm weak. So Chihiro wasn't dressed as a girl because he wanted to be a girl or that he identified as a girl. It was that he was hiding the fact that he was a guy so that people wouldn't feel bad about being weak. See, now I don't feel so bad as identifying him as he because he wanted to be a guy.
Weak, 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 weak.
Once the killing game had begun here at the school, he had no choice but to accept this fact. After all, this world is for survival of the fittest. If you're not strong, you don't survive. And then the lovely and hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets, which of course included Chihiro's embarrassing secret, which I was more than willing to divulge. Even though he dresses like a girl, Chihiro is actually a boy.
Hey,
And that was something Chihiro couldn't let anyone find out, no matter the cost. If that was revealed, it would be the end. The hardened shell would crack and the armor would fall away. Without a doubt, those around him would torture him more than ever before. Everyone figured being thrust into such a dilemma must have sent him spiraling in despair. And yet...
I'm sorry.
I don't really want to talk about it right now.
But...
I also don't want to leave things the way they are, so maybe I can talk about it later. After I try my best to become strong, then I can tell everyone. Annoyingly, he used the threat of discovery to motivate himself to become stronger.
That's right.
Now's my chance.
I want to change.
I'm going to get stronger and accept who I am. Strong enough so that when someone says, even though you're a boy, I'll be okay, I'll get better. With that thought at the front of his mind, he resolved to take immediate action. And so... that day he made a commitment to begin exercising. He was prepared to restrain his mind and body. But sadly, that would be the first and only chance he would get at it.
Hey,
When he decided to start exercising, he thought it would be good to ask someone for help. But he wanted to tell the person his secret first, and then ask them to help him from there. And the person he went to...
Yeah, that's right.
It was me. Yep, it sure was. The biker gang fella had been painfully clear about how important his manly promises were. So Chihiro probably figured that if he confided in Mondo, his honor would make him keep the secret.
Uh-huh.
Plus, Mr. Macho Mondo was a very symbol of a strong man that Chihiro had always aspired to. Maybe talking to Mondo about it will help give me some courage. So he went and asked Mondo to help him become strong. That was his aspiration. And then he went, and he thought that only with Mondo's support would he ever be able to come close to that.
Correct.
So then that must be why Mondo did what he did, to keep the promise he'd made to Chihiro. Huh? What he did? You mean that's why Mondo carried Chihiro from the boys' locker room into the girls' locker room?
Indeed.
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. Wasn't that to cover up what he'd done?
Certainly.
That could have been part of it, but I don't think that was the main reason. The real purpose was to keep the promise between men he'd made to Chihiro.
But...
how does moving the body keep a secret?
Because
if everyone knew he'd killed in the boys' locker room, then everyone would have been arguing about how she got into the boys' locker room, right? Once that started up, at least a few of us would have immediately begun to suspect his identity, so... he tried to protect Chihiro's secret by putting him in the girls' locker room and stealing his handbook, see? And then Mondo did all that to keep the promise he made to Chihiro, who he'd also killed? Why would he do that? The more I hear you talk, the more I don't understand. I mean, you guys trusted each other, right? So why did you? Because no matter what, I didn't want anyone to know.
I knew it.
So that's what triggered it after all. The possibility of having your embarrassing memories and secrets exposed.
What is this?
That's impossible. Nothing could have been that bad. Something he didn't want anyone to know, even if it meant killing someone.
You're wrong!
It's impossible.
Don't make me repeat myself.
How many times must I repeat myself? To judge others on your own standard is the height of folly. Even if you can't comprehend it, he obviously can, and that's all there is to it. Well, while we're on the subject, why don't I tell you? The embarrassing memory, the secret he didn't want anyone to know. You know what Mondo did? He killed his own brother. He killed Daya. Mondo, the ultimate biker gang leader, makes all the hoodlums and the riffraff across the country tremble. But the only reason he had a chance to join a gang in the first place was because of a certain someone. Mondo's older brother's name was Daya Owada. Mondo had nothing but respect for him, and it was because of Daya that Mondo ever got on a motorcycle. Mondo's brother was his only family growing up, and he was the only one Mondo could trust or respect. He wanted to measure up to his big brother, so he imitated him in everything he did. Mondo was the epitome of starry-eyed kid brother. Meanwhile, the charismatic older brother had put together a local motorcycle gang. And before anyone knew it, he had grown into the biggest biker gang in the country. Daya, the older brother, #1 in the gang, and his #2, his younger brother Mondo. In the beginning, everything was peaches and gravy, but when Mondo started to think about how he would have to take over the gang from his brother someday, his brother's greatness, his reputation began to gnaw on Mondo's very soul. The kid's gonna take over for Daya, huh? Daya created this gang with his bare hands. Mondo's just along for the ride. Could somebody like that really be our leader? All that'll do is make the gang look bad. Almost every day, Mondo heard the gossip and whispers of the other members of the gang, which is why...
I
gotta get stronger. Stronger than Daya. Once. Just one time. No matter what.
Don't fuck with me.
I don't care what it takes. I gotta come out on top. And on that night of his amazing brother's retirement ceremony, Mondo challenged him to a street race. But during the race, tragedy struck. The kid brother pushed ahead with reckless abandon, eager for victory, and dashed into oncoming traffic. But suddenly... Since we didn't kill his brother quickly saved his life. Laying in his kid brother's arms, the older brother delivered his final words. My bad, kid. I fucked up. Sorry. Of course he knew it was his brother's fault, but Daya never blamed him for what happened. Hey kid, the rest is up to you. No matter what, you gotta keep the gang together. 'Cause it's the team you and me put together. It's a promise between men. He decided to hide the truth of what happened from everyone else in the gang, in order to keep the gang together and keep the promise to his brother. He could never admit to anyone that it was his own weakness that had caused the accident, and as a result, the team was made even stronger under the banner of the kid who'd bested his big brother. Daya was gonna lose to his kid brother, so he got stupid and got himself kid. That became the explanation for what happened, and Mondo's lie became the truth. He wanted to lead the team so bad he was willing to tell all kinds of lies about his brother. I'm strong.
Yeah.
Strong. And yet, as soon as our killing game began, he realized, no matter how tough he pretended to be, he was just another weakling that could die in an instant. And then the lovely and the hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets, and at that point it was clear I would have no problem shedding light on his secret. Mondo killed his own older brother. No matter what, I couldn't hear the gang members. I couldn't let the other gang members find out. If that happened, everything would have been ruined. Everything me and my brother had worked so hard to create would have been destroyed. His death, all the guilt I'd been carrying around, it all would have been for nothing. So that's why. Mondo. After I saw what Monokuma had on me, my head filled up with kind of fuzzy uneasiness, and it just started swirling around. I never felt anything like it before. I didn't know what to do about it. I wasn't sure what to think or say, but after a while that fuzzy uneasiness turned itself into a rock-hard lump of anxiety way down in my stomach. And it was right about then that Chihiro asked me to start working out with him. And right there, he told me a secret. Seriously? Jesus.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry I lied to you. But why? Why now? Why are you telling me all this all of a sudden?
Huh?
Because, I mean, you've kept this a secret all this time, right? If anyone found out, you would...
But...
You're right, but...
I want to change.
I've wrapped myself in lies. I'm weak, and I want to destroy that version of me forever. His words were like a knife in my gut. I felt like he was exposing the lie I'd been living myself. I have to change. I don't want to be weak anymore. You're so strong, it can't hurt you, right? Whatever secret Monokuma might tell us.
You piece of...
So, what, you're saying I should just say it?
What?
You're saying if I really am, I should just be able to tell everyone my secret? Huh? I was jealous. I was jealous of Chihiro's strength. He had the strength to face his own weakness, to try and overcome it. He was the kind of strength I'd never had. So I was jealous of him. And that jealousy broke me.
What?
Are you making fun of me? I'm strong? Are you fucking with me right now?
No!
I'm not making fun of you. You really are strong, Mondo. I felt like I could hear something starting to creak. Something inside my head. What did he want me to do? What was I supposed to do? Was I supposed to just sit back and let my secret get revealed and ruin everything?
What's wrong?
Damn
Why did you have to tell me all that? Are you trying to rub my failure in my face?
I just wanted to...
I just really admire you. I admire your strength.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right. I am strong. Strong. I'm strong. strong, 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 strong! Stronger than you!
You son of a bitch!
Stronger than Daya! I don't remember anything after that. When I woke up again, he was lying at my feet, covered in blood. I had the dumbbell in my hand, and I was just staring at him down on the ground. Hey.
I killed Chihiro. Even after all this time, I'm still just as weak as I've always been. And thanks to that, I did something I can never take back.
Mondo. He was normally so aggressive, so angry. He hid that weak side away from everyone. That was his secret. A secret like that lived in a heart like his, and it turned him cold-blooded. God damn it. Look at him, you see? You're all just like him. For a secret from the past, for a memory. For that, he killed another living he killed another living human in cold blood. He couldn't cut free of his regrets from the outside world. He didn't know what true strength is. Do you see hope anywhere there? Because I sure don't. You bastard! Just shut up, you son of a bitch! Go ahead and say that again, I dare you!
Yep.
Okay, I'll say it again as many times as I want, is what I want to say, but unfortunately I can't do that right now because the time for punishing is fast approaching. Punishing?
You can't be.
You mean execution?
Well now,
That's what I promised you, right? The blackhead that disturbs the peace will be punished.
Ridiculous!
Hold on.
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment!
For Mondo Iwata, the ultimate biker gang leader. No, wait!
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
I said wait!
Sorry, man. I couldn't keep the promise we made. From one man to another.
Oh. Execution time. Game over. Mondo's been found guilty. It's time for the punishment. Oh, what's gonna happen to Mondo? Okay. Okay, Monokuma has the pompadour, that's funny. Oh, it's the ball of death. There's the cage of death. I can't remember. It's a circus thing. The cage of death, okay. Okay. Oh, Monokuma's out. Sorry, Mondo. Oh my god. I would hate to be that. Oh, spinny, 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 spinny. This isn't as, like, traumatizing as Taka's, or not Taka's, Leon's, though. I mean, Taka's the most traumatizing part of this one. Well, he got fried. You okay there, Monokuma? Got quite the workout. Wait, he's not on the bike anymore. Did he just evaporate? Oh. Okay, so this caught his chunks. Mondo butter. 80 kilograms, keep cold. Oh, and then he's having it on his pancakes. That's lovely. Laugh at death and your soul will forever be at peace. It can't be. My brother. Another murder and another execution. I want to feel again. Everyone's lives are taken so lightly here. I feel like I might be going mad. Maybe I'll just let it happen. As Taka's sad screams invaded our skulls, we were each forced to realize once again. But he, of course, he had to. He had to. What a disappointment. This is the end of the game. Byakuya.
What is this?
You're completely insane, you know that? A game? One of our friends is dead, you realize that?
Naturally.
Of course I do. That's because this game is life or death.
Hey.
I don't have anything to say to you. I don't have a response except
However,
that I just don't understand why. Why did you go out of your way to disguise Mondo's crime?
What?
Why? Isn't it obvious? Because it made things more interesting. His voice was calm, emotionless, like the voice of death. It chilled me to the bone. Last night, when the murder took place, I was in the library as usual.
Honestly.
So you ignored the nighttime rule, too. That rule never mattered to me. I don't recall agreeing to it.
There is nothing to be done.
Well, I don't particularly care. Please continue.
The night grew late and I decided to return to my room, which is when I stumbled upon him. I spotted Mondo coming out of the girls' locker room. After he'd gone, I looked inside and saw the corpse.
What?
What? You mean you actually witnessed the murder? He was such a fool. He didn't have the slightest idea that I'd seen him.
Well... So, you're saying you knew who the culprit was from the very beginning?
That's right.
Indeed, but if that had been the end of it, how boring would that have been? God, I hate you, Byakuya. I mean, what a waste of time to have the answer revealed right at the beginning. Which is why I decided to lend a little helping hand. I thought it would liven things up. You did all that to liven things up? So after hearing about Genocide Jack from Toko, you decided to use that to create a fake murder scene. But damn, man, if we hadn't figured it out who'd really done it, you would have been dead too, right? Well, obviously, I would have revealed the truth before it reached that point. Of course, Byakuya turned to me and looked me in the eye. I could feel his sharp eyes piercing into me. Thanks to a certain remarkable someone, it never did, and I was able to perform an interesting experiment.
Interesting.
Once I do decide to become blackened, I now know who I'll have to watch out for.
Correct.
So that was your reason. Are you satisfied?
Indeed.
Yes, we're done listening to your story. Moving on.
Hey.
There's something I'd like to ask Monokuma.
What's this?
Oh, I'm up next?
You
like to perform these elaborate executions each time, correct? My question is, why?
Do you like them? But you know, this punishment, this despair, is not just for you. All this punishment, all this despair is my gift to mankind itself.
You're over-exaggerating.
I am not over-exaggerating. These punishments are meant to transform all hope to despair.
Damn.
What do you mean?
Huh?
Mean? Mean?
What the heck?
Mean. Damn it! Good grief, I don't understand why you have to pick apart every little stupid thing.
Whatever, it doesn't matter. In the end, I'm going to stand alone as the victor, and then everything will be revealed to me.
Ooh, the noble son of the noble family. Truly you understand me. Ooh, I think this is the start of a terrifying friendship.
That's enough.
Shut up, I would never stoop to the level of a childish criminal like you. Let me just say this. After I've achieved complete victory, you're up next. I'm going to find you and kill you, understand?
In the name of my family.
In the name of the Togami family, for which victory is a foregone conclusion.
You're getting all
Oh,
riled
so
up.
cool. It's like you're the main character of a video game or something. No trash mob for you.
He's not the main character, and I'm glad. I swear, whatever it takes, I will kill you.
Temper. Sounds like someone needs a nap.
Okay, I guess it's time to go to bed. Monozkuma's laughter peeled across the courtroom and the curtain closed on the case of Chihiro and Mondo. But I knew that wasn't the end. The killing game would still continue, because the mastermind wouldn't let it end. For those of us who were still alive, our worst fear and despair kept on multiplying. It was kind of despair that felt like a blind puppy in hell, more of a future to us. All of our courage, our effort, our friendship, it felt like it had amounted to nothing at all. It was the worst kind of despair.
Well, anyway, like I was saying, this is a pretty good spot. Yeah, a really good spot.
You blink, Cat's Cradle.
Anyway, isn't it amazing how that girl went and killed someone before things even had a chance to get boring? Once things really get moving, it'll be like a roller coaster. There won't be any stopping it. Fear and despair charge forward at a speed nothing can hope to match. But I must admit, I'm disappointed. I went to all the pain and effort of making you part of the group, and you couldn't play your part. You do remember you were supposed to make the first move, right?
Oh, one of us.
Well, no biggie. Nothing we can do about it now. So just do your best to make things more exciting from now on, okay? After all, that's what everyone wants to see.
Something I'd like to ask
As
you.
long as you don't want to know my measurements, fire away.
Who is it? The 16th high school student.
Ooh. My, you really took me by surprise there. I know I said you could ask anything, but super denied, ultra denied, demonic denied. Because you see, that's my ace in the hole. And nobody'd be dumb enough to reveal that, right? No matter how close they were to their friends.
Okay. Well, there's another mystery. Someone is working with them. All right, Chapter 2, Boy's Life of Despair. The end. 10 students surviving left. To be continued. I received a crazy diamond present. It's Mondo's coat.